Texans love the game of football. Down here, the game is big, and it's raw. So grab a chair and sit a while and enjoy the game, Texas style. We are the Texans, the Houston Texans. Big Texas skies, big Texas pride. Go Texans, go! And we'll fight like Texans. Hail to the Toro, the red, white, and blue. Everybody are the Texans, the Houston Texans. Big Texas skies, big Texas pride. Go Texans, go! And we'll fight like Texans. Hail to the Toro, the red, white, and blue. The red, white, and blue.
Good evenings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Irish Bill with Mike Martino. We're on JockJive.com once again, week 2 of the 2017 season. Welcome to the tight quarters here at Washington High, Mike.
Thanks, Bill. Good to be here once again.
It's going to be another beautiful night here. The rain has gone through, and we will have beautiful skies. And the reason we led in with the Houston, Texas fight song, as everybody knows what's going on in Houston right now. And probably for the next couple of weeks, we'll start out our broadcast on Wednesday night's show and the game on Friday night with that fight song, because they're going to be going through a lot over the next few years in their recovering process. And all of our thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Texas and Southwest Louisiana that have suffered a lot of rain damage and who knows what else, and a lot of lives lost. But it's going to take a lot of time to recover, and our prayers and thoughts are with them. You got any words to add, Mike?
Yeah, it's pretty devastating what that hurricane did. It's not really the strength of the hurricane; it's the rain it brought and the flooding. And Houston, the fourth largest city in the U.S., and they got a lot of rebuilding to do. And what can only hope that that Hurricane Irma, that's already a Category 3, borderline Category 4 out in the Atlantic, doesn't make that same route or come towards us or towards eastern Florida for that matter, because that's where my daughter's living now. But
hopefully one of those, it'll take one of those big right turns and go straight up towards Iceland and Greenland and not hit landfall. But our fingers are crossed for that. But another thing, we want to thank J.J. Watt. What he's done for the community, and the fundraiser he has going right now is approaching $15 million. And I just love it when someone steps up to make an act like this and bring America back together. And everybody's stepping in. A lot of the pro franchises, football, basketball, baseball, are chipping in. And just keep chipping in money to these great causes, or your services, or food and supplies, whatever you may do. Or if the very least you can do is maybe just say a lot of prayers for the people of Texas and Southwest Louisiana and what they're going to be going through. But we have football coming up. We have 1-0 Washington hosting Navarre here tonight, both 1-0. As Washington comes off a 45-26 win over Milton last week. Navarre coming off a 56-35 win over Catholic at home, and a lot of offense last week, Mike.
Yeah, it was a lot of offense. The offense was definitely clicking on all cylinders. Defense definitely sees the work they need to do. They need to definitely tighten up on that run game, because it seemed as soon as they got past that first line of defense, it was lights out, and 3 rushing touchdowns, long distance of 40 yards or more. So just need to tighten up ship on the defense, and offense, just a few things they need to work on, but they looked pretty good for week 1.
Yeah, we had one Thursday night game last night as Franklin County traveled to North Bay Haven. North Bay Haven won 20-0. So we both started off the week 1-0 after a 19-4 first week. It's pretty solid by both of us going into week 1.
Yeah, no kidding.
Other games going on tonight. Catholic will be at Gulf Breeze. Gulf Breeze, a very impressive win last week against Pascagoula. Arnold and Fort Walton Beach both starting out at 1-0. They're at Fort Walton tonight. Choctaw at Milton. Both teams come in 0-1. St. Martin, Mississippi travels to Crestview tonight, where Navarre will be next Friday night. Eastridge traveling all the way from Central Florida on over to play Niceville tonight. Pace at Pensacola, both teams 0-1. Escambia going over to Louisiana to take on Archbishop Shaw, both teams 0-1. Tate, West Florida, probably one of the games of the night. West Florida did a number on Escambia last week, 42-20, and Tate took out Choctaw 49-21. So a good game going on there tonight. Walton at South Walton, a battle of 4A teams now as South Walton moved up to 4A. Baker 1-0 at Vernon, taking on the Yellow Jackets. They're both 1-0. Rutherford at Bay. Rutherford 1-0, Bay 0-1. Florida High travels to Bluntstown. Holmes County at Bozeman. Pensacola Lighthouse Christian, a new program, new school here in Pensacola. Still not a part of the FHSA as they're going through their 2-year evaluation period. And they'll be traveling over to my favorite school, Weewa. And never been to a game over at Weewa. Hopefully someday I'll venture over there to watch the Gators. Escambia County on the road to Northview. Escambia County 2-0, Northview 1-0. My good friend Derek Marshman has his team off and running this year. Graceville 0-1 at Chipley 1-0. Freeport at Lowndes Academy in Alabama. Cottondale at Jay. Florida A&M at Liberty County. There's all the games going on tonight. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back on JockJive.com. This is Irish Bill and Mike Martino. We'll be back momentarily, folks.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planners Qualified Vacation Planner Judy Bruce today. She is a full-service agent ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at dandelionsjourneytravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com. University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322. JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one. Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate is your householder in Navarre. Buying or selling, Ursula will make it easy. Ursula moved here almost 20 years ago and fell in love with the white sandy beaches. She has raised her children in Navarre, went to study at universities with academic scholarships, and both are successful adults. Ursula is a big supporter of the Navarre Raiders. Ursula has been a realtor since 2003, and Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate offers her the most advanced tools available in the industry. Whether you are a first-time home buyer or a savvy investor, she will negotiate a deal for you. For a free buyer consultation, a free comparable market analysis of your home, and to see if you qualify for one of the rewards programs, call Ursula Householder at 850-642-5711. Send an email to ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate is a subsidiary of NRT LLC. Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229.
Thanks. Welcome back to Washington High School. This is Irish Bill and Mike Martino on JockJive.com. Navarre on the road this week, their first road game of the 2017 season, and they're facing Washington Wildcats, home of Derek Brooks and head coach Charlie Ward, Heisman Trophy winner at Florida State. And let's go back over some of the stats from last week, Mike. And as we figure out, and I got the final statistics from Coach Walls the other day. He had Sage Chambers 7 of 13 for 54%, 79 yards. Didn't really have to throw the ball a whole lot last week with their ground game.
Yeah, the ground game definitely carried the team last week, over 400 rushing yards.
42 carries, 405 yards on the ground, 154 yards and 3 scores for Wright, 121 yards and 3 scores for Green. Williams with 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Saturn Wagner pitched in 28 yards late, and Sage Chambers 4 carries for 12 yards. On the receiving corps, Marquis led the way, 1 catch for 27 yards. Register 2 for 24, and 1 catch each for Anderson, Wright, Brewer, and Caballero. The Raiders used 2 punters last week. Jacoby Smith got the first one underway, then Hickman came in for the final 2 with 1 inside the 20. A new kicker for the Raiders, and what a job he did last Friday night, 8 for 8 on extra points, and averaged 55.6 yards per kickoff and 2 touchbacks.
Yeah, I was watching him warm up during warm-ups here, and he was knocking them from 42, 45 yards out. And clean, by a good 5-10 yards.
So 18 points for Wright, 18 points for Green, 12 for Williams, and 8 for Taish. Takes care of the 56 points for the Raiders. They outscored Catholic 14-7 in the first 2 quarters each. They both scored 21 in the third, and they shut out Catholic in the fourth quarter, 7-0 for the 56-35 victory. 484 total yards, 3 for 9 on third down, so they can work on that third down conversion rate a little bit. And they were a +1 in the turnover differential, 2 interceptions, and they did give up 1 interception. So 484 yards of total offense for the Raiders in game 1. Your defensive leaders, and he was our defensive player of the week last week. Cade Taylor finished with 12 tackles and one of the best interceptions you'll ever see in a high school level. And he had 4 big hits along the way. Mitchell Hunt led the way with 2 sacks and 2 tackles for loss, as James Seagrass pitched in a sack and a half. 7 tackles each for Cameron Thomas and Gabriel Davis. Mitchell Hunt with 6. Seagrass with 5.5. Nolan Garrett with 6 as well. The Raiders had 7.5 sacks last Friday night to go with 6 tackles for loss, and they had 7 quarterback hurries. Gave up 328 yards on the ground. That big third quarter, they gave up a lot of yardage, and then they gave up only 110 yards through the air, and 3 of 11 on third down conversions.
Yeah, that interception by Cade Taylor late in the second quarter was probably the best interception we'll see all season, and it was one of the top 3 plays on WEAR for the Friday Night Lights. And
one of the nice things, Mike, is it set up the Raiders that in the last couple minutes of the first half to go in for another score.
I think we're about to do the national anthem here.
Well, let's
Bill.
go ahead and open up the field, Mike, here, and we'll have the national anthem here momentarily as the ROTC. Is that, what do we have? Army or
Like
Navy? Navy Junior ROTC here at Washington. I know some schools different. Some have Air Force, some have Navy. And so let's go ahead and open the mic up for our national anthem. Nice rendition by the Washington Wildcats marching band here. And Mike, before we get started, I rudely forgot to introduce our third member of our team here tonight. On the camera tonight is my lovely daughter, Brooke Hamill. She'll be here in these tight quarters with us for the evening. Thanks, Brooke, for coming aboard the JockJive train tonight. And we are just moments away from a kickoff here at Washington High. We're going to stay right here and taking that a little bit of breeze coming in the open window here. Mike, feels pretty good.
Yeah, need a little bit more of it.
We should have the captains coming to the sideline here pretty soon. Bryson, it looks like we got some guys coming here, and I think they're heading for the restrooms first.
Yeah.
There's only one set of restrooms over here, and it's on the back side here on the home side. And if you're a broadcaster or anybody else up here in the booth, you got to go quite a long way to get to the restroom. So hopefully you don't have to go throughout the game unless it's at halftime, Mike.
Yeah.
But we're just moments away here as the clock is down under 6 minutes here to kickoff. And Navarre comes in this game 1-0. Washington's 1-0 on the season. And We had a couple college games last night, and Indiana gave them a fight for about 35 minutes, and then Ohio State says, "Do you realize who you're playing?"
Yeah, I was liking that first half, but Ohio State just has too many weapons. I'm still not too impressed with their offense, though. I don't think they're deserving of that number 3 ranking or number 2 ranking.
No, I would have had Alabama 1 and Florida State 2 coming into the season.
Yeah.
But either way, Ohio State would have been in the top 4 somewhere with them and USC.
I don't like ranking teams before week 7 or 8 anyways. I mean, if they're going to do that preseason, then at least give the national champion a number 1 preseason ranking, you know.
I agree until they get beat. They're the champion.
Yeah, and they beat Alabama, you know.
They're the champion for the whole year until somebody else wins it.
Yeah.
And they do have a lot of turnover in Clemson. And our young man, Jordan Leggett, no longer there. He graduated, and he will be playing for the Jets this year.
He had a good final preseason game. He sat out the week prior with a bummed ankle, I think it was. But he had 4 catches for 36 yards yesterday in the Jets' preseason finale win. And they finished preseason 2-2. And they face my Buffalo Bills week 1, September 10th. And I think a little bit of quarterback controversy may have stirred up here in Buffalo, or there in Buffalo, with Nate Peterman, the Bills' 5th-round pick out of Pitt, and Tyrod Taylor, who's out for concussion protocol. But Peterman looks pretty good.
Peterman's a big boy, too.
Yeah.
He's like 6'5", 6'6". And now we talk about Jordan. Let's talk about all the other Raiders that are going to be playing elsewhere this year at the next level. Gatlin Casey will be a senior at Lehigh. Demetrius Brown will be a senior at Huntingdon. Jacob Kendall at Millsaps College, a senior. Our juniors, Chris Herring at Huntingdon. Kyle Aerosmith, a redshirt sophomore at Kennesaw State. Cameron Mayweather will be a junior at Moore Park College. Alex Watley, unfortunately, was heading back to Trinity Bible College in his first week of practice, tore his ACL. So he's out for the season. So our prayers go out to Alex as he recovers from an ACL. Birmingham Southern, Dylan Main, he's a junior. Tommy Leggett will get his first action in the Big 12 out there at Texas Tech.
Come on, Wildcats, make some noise. We can get that W.
Alan Hancock, defensive lineman. Alex Hancock College defensive lineman Anthony Miller will be a sophomore. Bethany College defensive back Marcus Jones will be a sophomore. UWF wide receiver Quentin Randolph, a sophomore as well. Shorter University kicker Brady Hamill, a sophomore, will be heading up for that game tomorrow against Mars Hill. University of North Carolina, everybody's looking forward to this one, as Michael Carter will get his first carries as a Division I player for North Carolina against Cal tomorrow.
I can't wait for that game. It's going to be here at 11 o'clock. They're playing Cal, and I'm just really looking forward to that game.
I'm taping it, so we'll be watching it Sunday when we get back. Nick Brahms will be at Auburn, but he will be redshirted this year.
That's have a kind of disappointing, but they're stacked at offensive line.
Troy University will have a couple of walk-ons, Lee Jones and Xavier Fernandez. At Maryville College, linebacker Bo Herring and Kane Adamson. At Sam Houston State, Tevin Stevenson, he's a freshman. At Florida Tech, also in the Gulf South Conference, Tyson Brown. Also joining Hamill up at Shorter University, defensive back Royce Thomas. Mississippi Gulf College Junior College will get defensive lineman Josh Doxey. Huntington defensive lineman Mark Struck. Upper Iowa University, Aaron Mitchell went all the way to Upper Iowa to play this year. And Ave Maria University offensive lineman LaMarcus Smith was our center last year for Navarre. They've already had one game under their belt. They beat Cincinnati Christian 36-21 to open up the season. So they have 12 players off the graduating class last year playing football at the next level. And
that's pretty good.
And
captains are taking the midfield. Captains for-year Washington Wildcats are number 25, Ernest Jones. Number 56, Olajuwon Lewis. Number 16, they're not on the roster, but he looks like a quarterback, so I'm going to say Altreus White. And number 68, Alsaid Witts, the 5th.
If that's our starting quarterback, that will be Joe Slattery.
Joe Slattery?
Yes.
What number is he in there?
He had good numbers last week. I think he went 17 for 23
yeah.
for 279 and 4 touchdowns last week against Milton.
Yeah.
Good game for him.
It looks like the normal captains for your Raiders. You got Sage Chambers out there. Dante Wright. Is that Jefferson, 78?
Now that is Daryl Hickson.
Daryl Hickson.
And now we'll see who the other one is as they go off the field. Someone won the toss and deferred. And we'll see here in just a second.
I think Washington won and deferred. Yeah.
Yeah, Washington won the toss.
Yeah, Josh Carter's the other.
Hard to miss Josh out there.
Yeah.
5'10", 5'11", 2 2.25. Switched to linebacker this year.
Actually, they changed the captains up. Josh Carter's out there, but that's Cade Taylor, Sage. Dante's not out there. That was
number 20.
Hickson, right?
That's number 28. That is actually Matthew Downey.
Yeah, Downey, Taylor, Carter, and Hickson. So the Raiders are going to receive, the south side of the stadium?
I'm trying to get my directions here as we're coming in because we came from Airport Road, which goes that way.
The sun's at our back, so that's what I'm going off of.
So I think we'll be coming out of the north end zone.
Yeah, they're receiving from here, though, so right side of the field if you're watching.
Raiders in their white jerseys with maroon numbers and maroon pants and the black helmet with a big old Raider on the side. Washington comes out in their all blue, outlined in white numbers and letters.
It's very difficult to see these numbers.
And as it gets darker, will it be even more difficult to see?
Yeah.
And we are on the home side here at Washington High. In very tight quarters here at the left end of the press box. Navarre against Washington. And the Raiders will be receiving. Washington will get the ball to start the second half. They deferred to the second half. And the Raiders will be coming out of the south end zone. And back deep for the Raiders, number 2, Bryson Brewer, and number 5, Dante Wright.
Dante Wright, I would say he'd probably have to be the most explosive player on the Navarre Raider team this year. I love that kid.
I don't think you would get a whole lot of arguments right now, Mike. What a smart young man, a very cordial young man, very respectful young man. National Honor Society, just what you would want your child to grow up to be like.
I'm not sure what's wrong with Chris Williams, but he's over here with the ball out of uniform on the Washington sideline playing ball boy. And I don't see any. He looks like he's limping, but I don't know if he had an injury this week during practice or what, but that's definitely Chris over there.
I know they did lose one player last week. Nathan Cruz was separated shoulder last week in the last week's game against Catholic. We've had a lot of that over the last couple of years. Sage Chambers went through that twice last year. And the best name in all of the Panhandle, Mystical McGee, gets this game underway. A short kick. It's going to be fielded by the up back at the 20. Kay Taylor's going to get out to the 28 after an 8-yard return.
Almost looked like Bryson Brewer wanted to take that ball from Kay Taylor, but he kept it, got it to the 20, took it up to the 28 for an 8-yard return. So Sage Chambers going to bring the troops out. Dante Wright, Sam Register. Quinn, what's that last name? Caballero,
you got it.
And Amari Green's in the backfield to Chambers' right.
And the Raiders going to get this game on the way. Just under 12 minutes ago here in opening play. Wright goes in motion. It's going to be Green up the center, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Nice tackle there by linebacker Isaiah White. Right on the numbers, and he makes a tackle for no gain. Nice tackle there by White.
Marcus in for number 81, Garrett Schluter. Raiders going to have 4 receivers, 2 split to both sides. They're going to stack to right. The near side as Wright goes in motion. Chambers into shotgun. Back to pass. He's going to get pressure.
Oh, horse collar.
That's got to be he grabbed him around the neck.
Yeah, no call.
No call, and he's going to go down on the sack. But that was a horse collar, if I could tell from here.
Yeah, first missed call of the night.
And that's going to be a loss of 7, it looks like.
Yeah, it brings up a long third down and 17 at the 22.
When your shoulders hit the ground first, that's kind of a sign that something was not right.
Yeah, you can't miss those kind of calls. That's the player safety.
The big gainer for Green. He's out over the 40, over the 45 for a Raider first down. Out to midfield on a delayed handoff to Amari Green.
Green
and a Raider first down.
Picks up 28 yards on that run. Beautiful run just inside and breaks it to the outside. And breaks a couple tackles en route to midfield.
So a 29-yard gain for Green. And a Raiders first down of the game.
Green still in there to Chambers' right.
Nice delayed handoff. It's going to be Green on the carry again. He's going to get to the outside, cut back for about
3 yards.
2 to 3 yards. Let's give him 3 on to bring up 2nd and 7.
Nice hard run there by Green off the left side. Good lead block there by 74 Aaron Smith.
Yeah, your big Bubba's on the line. Daniel Boss at center. Herbert and Smith at guards. And Hickson and Garner at the tackles.
Smith did a great job there pulling from his right guard position, getting out to the left.
A quick hitter out to Caballero. He's going to get a Raider first down. Still on his feet inside the 30. A nice move by Caballero.
Up to the 28. Good pass there from Sage Chambers to Caballero on the money on a quick screen to the right side. And he picks up about 12 yards after the catch.
They're going to put it down at the 29. And after the 3-yard gain on first down, now the 18-yard pass play to Caballero. First and 10, Navarre.
Register and right down here on the near side. Inside handoff to Green. Green's going to pick up a few blocks and
still on his feet, Mike.
By Green, yeah. Another 12, 13 yards for 14-yard gain for Green. And Green's pick of the holes early.
The thing I remember about Amari, I remember his first year that he played, he came out wearing white cleats. Only player on the team was wearing white cleats. But he's kind of conformed now wearing the black. First and 10 Raiders at the Wildcats 15-yard line. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Green's going to get 1.
Nice strong 1-yard gain there for Green. Right up the gut, but he stopped there by number 44, Amari Severson.
Yep, you got that one, Severson.
And they're going to stop the clock here, or stop the play. I think they may have a false start. Dead ball offside on Washington, so that's going to give them 5 more yards. Navarre's going to move to the 10 of Washington. Navarre inside the red zone on their opening possession. That's always a good sign.
2nd and 4 from the 9 for the Raiders. They line up in the shotgun, trips to the near side, single to the top of the screen. 2nd and 4 for Navarre. It's going to be Chambers on a quick hitter across the middle and off the hands of the
Dante Wright.
Off of Dante Wright, just a little high and falls incomplete.
Yeah, they just threw that one a bit high. Yeah, Dante Wright cutting across the goal line. That would have been an easy 6, but Dante just overshot him over the outstretched hands and outside the cornerback's hands as well, so that's a good thing.
3rd and 4 for the Raiders. Green to the left of Chambers in the shotgun. Twins to the near side, single to the top. There's going to be a delayed handoff to Green. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And the Raiders will come up 4th and 4.
4th and 4, it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. They have a really good quality field goal kicker, and it looks like they're bringing the field goal team on.
Chambers will be the holder for Taish.
It's a 4th and 4, 4th and 3 maybe. But they're going to instead go for the 22-yard field goal.
26-yard field goal attempt. Taish's first in his career at Navarre. Only extra points last week, 8 for 8. Chambers the holder. Taish a right-footed kicker. Good snap. Kick is up. And it is true, and it's through, and the Raiders on the board first, 3-0.
Tage with his first field goal of the season, a 26-yarder, and that one was a no-doubter. So Raiders up 3-0 on a promising drive.
The second number is missing on the scoreboard, so I'm not really sure.
I think it's 7:27.
7:27 mark of the first quarter. The Raiders get on the board first. A 26-yard field goal from Kevin Tage. And the Raiders on the board. 3-0, a new feature and once you pop up the 3, it shows field goal on the screen or touchdown for 6. But I like this little new feature we have here with the scoreboard. Eventually down the road, we will get a better camera system, and we will be able to zoom. But for right now, this is what we got, and we're making do. And so the Raiders go 72 yards after a third down conversion there by Omari Green with a big 29-yard run. Tage will be putting the ball up at the 40. Getting ready to put toe on leather.
I'm really impressed with this Tage kicker. See if you could get a touchback here.
It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded inside.
Yeah, touchback.
Touchback right at the goal line. So give him 60 yards on the kickoff.
What I really like about this kicker is even if you don't get the touchback, he kicks him right to the goal line. And when you're starting at the goal line, you got to make a pretty good run to make anything happen. Raiders defense come out. Let's see if the secondary's polished up from last week. Got Dante Wright back there and Gabriel Davis, Taylor.
That is the case. Slattery is wearing number 16. First and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 20. It's going to be a handoff off right tackle. And some missed tackles, but not by Mr. Carter. But it's going to be a nice run. 17-yard run.
Yeah, it looks like Mike Carter.
Julian Robinson.
Looks like Josh Carter may have gotten away with the face mask there. But it was a nice run there. Let's see, 17-yard run. And the running defense for the Raiders, again, showing their weakness.
And nice 17-yard gain for Robinson.
Inside handoff here, and he gets 2 yards on the carry. And that's Robinson once again. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 39. Raiders definitely need to tighten up this run defense.
Second and 8 for the Wildcats from their own 39. Slattery back to pass, and he's going to go down on the sack.
Yeah, big sack there by the Raider defense. Looks like
James Segrest, number 55.
Yeah, Segrest with a nice takedown.
He had 1.5 sacks last week.
Lost at 10 yards on that sack. 11 yards.
Slattery goes down for 11-yard loss.
Brings up 3rd down and 20.
And they move the ball all the way back to the 27-yard line. They're going to line trips to the far side. No one near. Single back to the left of Slattery.
That's Robinson.
Slattery in the shotgun. It's back to pass. They're going to run a little screen. And he's going to go nowhere. He's going to get back out to the 34-yard line. A little wide receiver screen. Looked like to number 11, Mystical McGee.
6-yard pickup on that screen play. Gobbled up by the Raider linebackers. Host of them. And it's going to bring up the first punt of the game. Dante Wright back deep for the Raiders.
McGee also does their punting and kicking and drives the team bus the way games.
Works a snack bar at halftime.
Sort of like Dante last year.
Oh, yeah. Dante was kicking our extra points, kicking the kickoffs, wide receiver, running back,
DB,
cornerback.
DB once in a while.
Yeah.
It's a short end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded.
Oh. Did he not fair catch that?
Yes, he did, and that's failure to let the individual catch the ball.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to put the Raiders inside Washington territory at the 45.
Very short punt down to the 41. Should be a penalty against Washington.
Yeah, it should be kick, catch, interference. Yep.
And is that a 15?
Why? Okay, yeah, they pointed the right way. Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty, kick, catch, interference.
Second penalty of the game for Washington is going to move the ball into Wildcat territory.
45-yard line. That was just a stupid penalty by Washington. Sage Chambers brings the troops out once again. Amari Green to his left. You got Brewer on the near side, Dante Wright, and
water break. Let's take a quick break on JockJive.com. This is Irish Bill and Mike Martino. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Washington High. This is Irish Bill and Mike Martino. First to 10 Navarre at the Washington 45-yard line. Is that what it looks like? We're down to 5:46.
Yeah.
Here in the first quarter, 3-0 Navarre on the road. It's going to be a jet sweep to Dante Wright, and he's going to lose a couple yards back to the 47.
Yeah, 2-yard loss there by Dante Wright as he comes in motion, takes a jet sweep from Chambers. And he's going to go out of the game as Saren Wagner comes in.
Second and 12 for the Raiders at the 48.
I like to see Register targeted a little more. He has the size over this DB by about 5-6 inches.
Caballero kind of shortened his route there a little bit.
Yeah.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 12. 3rd and a long 12 for the Raiders.
And it looked like some miscommunication there between Chambers and Caballero. And long third down for the Raiders. 3rd and 13 at the 48 of Washington. Register out there. They bring in the big tight end, number 87, Eric Anderson. Mari Green in the backfield. Dante Wright Register on the near side. And Caballero up to the top.
See if the Raiders can convert another 3rd and long right here. Wright goes in motion from left to right. There's going to be a delayed handoff to Green. He breaks one tackle, gets down inside the 45, down to the 44.
4-yard gain. 4-yard gain by Green, but that's not enough, and the Raiders are going to come out and bring the punt team.
Kyle Hickman in to do punting chores here first off. Number 90. First year of varsity play. He is a senior. Used to be the goalie on the boys soccer team. Not sure if he's still playing or not.
Big kid.
So Washington holds the Raiders 3 and out. Hickman in to punt for the first time.
Looks like the Raiders are trying to open up their passing game a little bit. But need to get that run game established quick before they open up the passing game.
Good snap back. Hickman, the left-footed kicker. A nice high over end punt. Back. Hopefully it'll go out of bounds. Nope. It's going to go and dance through the end zone. And it'll be 1st and 10 Washington at their own 20 with 3:43 or 3:33 on the.
Maybe, I think 3:43.
3:43.
It's going to be a 24-yard net punt as they're going to bring it out to the 20.
But overall, it's a 44-yard punt. And the Raiders come back out on defense here on the north end of the field.
Got to contain that run.
First and 10 from the 20. Slattery in the shotgun. Standing on his own 15. Anderson to his left. Actually, Robinson goes in motion. Now it's a dual set in the backfield. It's going to be Robinson on the carry. And he's going to get out over the 20. We got a flag usually in the interior.
Yeah,
it's more likely will be a hold.
Yeah, I think they got number 62 or 52 with the hold as he grabbed the jersey of Josh Carter. Oh, got a face mask. 5-yard variety.
Okay.
So that 5-yard face mask going to bring up a 2nd down and 1.
Give him 4 yards on the carry plus the 5 for the penalty against Raiders. Their first of the night.
I thought for sure they caught that hold on Josh Carter, but guess not.
1st and 1 from the 29. Washington wearing their all blue with white numbers. They got a receiver downfield. What a great interception on the return by Wright. He's over the midfield stripe. He's down the far side. We're going to have a penalty. And Wright's going to go out of bounds at the 20. Looked like he had been beat initially, but he made a nice adjustment on the underthrown ball, Mike. And
yeah, wonderfully intercepted ball by Wright. Might have a holding here on the return, but nonetheless, the Raiders are going to have the ball. And it looks like it might be called back from the 30, so they'll get the ball on the. Oh, looks like they threw the flag on the 43, so we'll see what they say here.
Could you go down the hall and see if there's anybody with a pen?
Yep, holding on the return, so they're still going to get the ball, but they're going to be at the Raider 48 instead of the Washington 42.
So the return is going to be back to about the 43. Thank you.
45.
They got it down to Washington 43-yard line, so about a 12-yard return on the interception.
Chambers brings the troops out once again.
So the Raiders with another takeaway, their third on the season, all interceptions. And Wright, it looked like he was initially beat, but he made a nice adjustment and got back to the ball.
Absolutely. Wagner goes in motion to give the inside handoff to Mari Green, who picks up 4 yards.
Mari off to a good start here early on.
Yeah, he's over close to 50 yards already, huh?
55 yards on 8 carries. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 for Navarre, just from inside the midfield stripe. Chambers in the shotgun, twins to the near side, single to the top of the screen. Chambers alone back at the quarterback with Green to his right. It's going to be Green off right tackle.
Picks up 2 yards, brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders at the 49 of Washington. Third time tonight, the Raiders are in Washington territory. Niceville just tied Orlando's Eastridge 7-7.
Not real familiar with Eastridge.
No, they're a 7A team out of Orlando area.
3rd and 4 for the Raiders. 3rd and long 4. Trips to the near side, single to the top. For the Raiders, up 3-0 here in the first quarter.
Nothing there.
He's still on his feet.
Yeah, that should be a penalty.
For excessive tackling.
Yeah. Brings up another 4th down punting situation for the Raiders, and they're at the 48. Hickman comes out once again. He had a pretty good kick that first time, just rolled into the end zone.
He's got a real strong leg. He
has a lot more green now. He could put a chip shot right on the green here.
Also goes through one-on-one kicking, working with Coach Mike McCabe. It's a good snap back. A high. Beautiful punt inside the 20. It's going to hit the 15, and it's going to go inside the 10, and it's going to be a touchback as Bryson Brewer couldn't get a hand on it before it went in the end zone. A 48-yard punt for Hickman.
Yeah, that had a beautiful beautiful height to it and nice bounce, but Raider defense just couldn't get there.
So Raiders hold on to a 3-0 lead. It looks like we're 44 seconds to go here in the opening quarter from Washington High. Irish Bill and Mike Martino on the air this week. Once again, Slattery brings the offense back out on the field for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 from their own 20. 3-0 Navarre with 44 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 3 to the near side, none on the top of the screen.
Raiders show blitz picked up well by that offensive line.
And it's going to be a couple-yard gain out to the 23. Actually, they're going to get him out to the 23, so give him 3. See who was on the carry. I think that was Robinson once again.
That was a great blitz pickup by that left tackle. Kay Taylor came in on the blitz.
See what the number is there getting up. Is that number
3? Oh, no, that's Robinson.
Second down for your Wildcats.
That was number 7. So a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line.
Looks like 4 seconds left. I don't think they're going to get another playoff.
We're down to under 1. And you're right, Mike. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break after 1. Navarre 3 and Washington nothing on JockJive.com. Irish Bill and Mike Martino on the air. Brooke Hamill on the camera. And we'll be back after this commercial break.
Make sure you go down there and visit the Wildcat concession stand.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planners Qualified Vacation Planner Judy Bruce today. She is a full-service agent ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at DandelionsJourneyTravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com.
And sack number 2 out of the break by James Segrist.
Yeah, that was a nice big sack there on 2nd down by Seacrest. And he's going to take them back for a 10-yard loss.
His
nice
second
pursuit.
sack on the night.
Yeah, 3rd of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
3.5. He got one of those halves last week. And let's go ahead and change the quarter on the scoreboard. And it's going to be a long, all the way back to the 10. So 3rd and 20 for Washington.
Big handoff here. Oh, nice hit.
He's going to get 17 of it back. Will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and 2. Nice big hit there by, was that Cade Taylor?
And that looked like Robinson once again.
Yeah, that was Robinson. And number 20.
18 on the play. 4th and 2 coming up.
And they're going to punt, do the safe thing here.
The Segrist with the big sack.
Yeah, that was huge. Looks like Bryson Brewer's going to come in for Dante Wright.
Give him a breather.
Back. Yeah. Bryson Brewer has some pretty good speed to him as well.
He does.
Uh-oh. Oh, they're going to stop. I think they may have a false start. Hopefully it's not against Navarre because that'll be a 1st down. As on Washington for offsides.
Back him up 5 yards.
That's one of them penalties, Bill, that the coaches just really get disappointed on. All you got to do is line up in the right position, you know. 4th down and 7 now for Washington.
It's one of those should be automatic that you line up in the right spot.
Yeah. And they even look to the referee for help. And, a lot of times the referee will tell them back or if they're good. Good pursuit there on the punt block. Bryson Brewer's going to let it bounce inside the 40 to the 30, all the way into the 29-yard line.
14-yard roll on the punt, so it's going to turn out pretty good for McGee. The Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from their 28 in their first possession here in the second quarter with the 3-0 lead.
A 40-something-yard punt, Bill?
They were at the 28, and they go to the other 28, so 44.
No.
Actually, they backed it up 5 yards on the penalty, so it's actually 49 yards for McGee, about 15 on the roll. 1st and 10, Navarre from their own 28. It's going to be Green off left tackle. He's going to get about 4 or 5 yards over the 30.
The workhorse of Amari Green. Another 3 yards to his step line.
They got a spot right at the 31, so it will be a 3-yard gain. 60 yards in the game on 11 carries.
Raiders come out with a 4-receiver set. Amari Green in the backfield, Chambers. Fake the handoff, screen to Dante Wright. Dante breaks 2 tackles, breaks another one, gets up to the 34-yard line. Gain of 3, brings up 3rd and 4. Nice job there of Dante Wright eluding 2 defenders and making something out of nothing on that screen pass from Sage Chambers.
So the Raiders' 3rd and 4 situation coming up. 2 to the top of the screen. 1 near side is Caballero. Green alone back in the backfield. Your big Bubba's, Bost, Herbert, Smith, Hickson, and Garner.
Smith does a great job at center. He's a great long snapper as well.
That's Daniel Bost.
Oh, that is Bost? Okay. Uh-oh. He saw 6 in his eyes. That cornerback there, I think it was number 2. Number 2, Bryce Broughton. And he stepped in front of the intended receiver.
Well, one thing that Register needs to do there on that ball, Mike, is he needs to come to the ball.
Yeah.
And he just sat there and waited for it, and the defender just stepped right in front of it. Luckily, it wasn't 6 points the other way.
Yeah, because he had nothing but Green in front of him. And Sage Chambers put a lot on that. That kind of had a lot to do with him dropping it as well.
So Hickman into the punt for the 3rd time.
Raiders offense not looking as bright as they did on last Friday night.
High end of ramp, beautiful punt.
Yeah, that was a beautiful punt down to the 29. No return on the fair catch.
So from the 34 down to the 29, 16, 21, 37-yard punt, no return. And Washington's going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. 3-0 Navarre with 8. Looks like about 8:50 on the clock here in the second quarter. 26-yard field goal by Kevin Taish is your only scorer.
Defense is looking a lot better than last week, Bill.
Indeed. Slattery into shotgun. McGee goes in motion. He's going to get the handoff.
Nothing.
And he is not going anywhere.
Led by Jefferson there. Great
Jefferson
job.
and Downey. Downey finishes them off.
5-yard loss.
McGee with the 5-yard loss on the run.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to read these numbers for Washington.
We'll have to do it together.
Yeah, that's why it's illegal to wear these kind of numbers in college. And I was saying before we came on the air, Florida Atlantic had the same contrasting numbers. They got penalized against Arkansas yesterday. The penalty is losing 1 timeout per quarter played with those uniforms. So that's 4 quarters, 4 timeouts lost out of the 6.
So 2nd and 15 for the Wildcats from their own 24-yard line. Slattery into shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Robinson. He's going to get to the outside. Nice little gain. He's going to get out over the 35.
And he carries a host of Raiders up to the 38. Brings up a very manageable 3rd down and 1.
First down brings up a 3rd down for our Wildcats.
They're going to spot the ball just outside the 32. Actually, outside the 37.
Yeah, 2 yards. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2, I mean.
As I get my 5-yard markers mixed up. Not uncommon. It's going to be 3rd and let's call it 3rd and 3.
Watch for the inside handoff here.
2 backs in the backfield here for the Wildcats. Single receiver split to both sides.
Raiders should bring the blitz.
And Slattery, they're going to get the handoff.
Josh Carter.
Josh Carter says no, thank you.
Josh Carter was there and just stood him up.
After a 1-yard gain.
Brings up another 4th down for Washington. Washington just has 1 first down tonight. Am I right, Bill?
Just 1 so far. The 17-yard run on first down to start their initial drive.
Raiders clamped down since then on 5 possessions, 1 first down.
And we're going to have a water break. And let's head out for another commercial break. With 6:48 on the clock here in the second quarter. Navarre 3 and Washington nothing on JockJive.com. Mike Martino and Irish Bill. We'll be right back.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Wildcats going it on 4th and about a half a yard from their own 30. And they are,
got it.
Looks like they're going to get it. Went to the Wildcat there.
Yeah, they measured during that water break, and they're a good yard short. And now they're going to call another water break because I guess they stopped the first water break for a measurement.
Well, we're going to stay right here nonetheless. A second first down for Washington.
The bad is bad, and the land will take the field.
Navarre with 3 in their opening drive that was culminated with a 26-yard field goal by Kevin Tage. And that's all the scoring so far here in this ball game. 3-0 Navarre on the road at Washington.
Yeah, the Navarre offense definitely not looking sharp tonight.
So if you are
I think they have a few first downs, but they had good field position all night. Just couldn't do anything with it.
Doc Gardner checking in on the broadcast. Thanks, Doc. First down for Washington from their own 40-yard line with
6:43.
6:43 on the clock.
Maybe.
I guess. Slattery back in at quarterback. Robinson to his right. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Slattery back to pass.
Good pursuit here.
He's going to have to get rid of one. It's going to be almost intercepted by Taylor.
Yeah, that was a nice play there by Kay Taylor. Rushed out by number 55. That's James Sechrist. But nice way to move out of the pocket there and try to get a completion. But Kay Taylor was there and got a hand on it.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats on the incomplete pass. Washington looking over at the near sideline for the play coming in from the sideline. The Raiders lining up in their white jerseys, maroon numbers, maroon pants, black helmet. Big Raider on the side. 2nd and 10, Slattery in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, single to the top of the screen. They're going to send a blitz. And he's going to get off and run a little bit. Dante Wright with the big tackle at the 43.
Joe doing his T-bone impression by running that thing. I see it, Joe.
3-yard gain there by the quarterback. Nice big tackle by Wright. It's going to make him think twice about scrambling next time.
They're going to give him 4 on the play out to the 44. Third and 6. We're just down to 6 minutes on the clock, I think, or 6:30.
Yeah.
Not really sure. The second digit is missing on the clock. Slattery into shotgun, 3rd and 6. Trips to the top of the screen. No one here to the near side. Raiders looking to send a blitz.
Yeah, Josh Carter lined up. He's going to come in fast and hard.
And they're going to send them hard, and they're going to get him.
A host of the whole
Host
defensive
Raiders.
line.
Let's see who got him first.
97.
Who's at the bottom of the pocket? Nolan Garrett and Jordan Jefferson.
Yeah, well, big sack there by the Raiders. Going to bring up a 4th down.
We'll give that one to Garrett because it looks like Garrett was there first.
Okay, no powder throwing down there.
That looks like, 5, 10, 11-yard loss on that sack.
Big losses on their sacks. 3 sacks for minus 35 yards.
Raiders are showing coming out in their punt block, D.
McGee gets a short one coming to the near side. It's going to take a Washington bounce out of bounds at the 36-yard line where the Raiders will take over. 1st and 10. It's been a kind of a 1-2-3 kick, 1-2-3 kick here, Mike.
Yeah, 31-yard punt.
Both teams put a combined 102 points on the board last week, and so far through a quarter and a half, we got 3 points.
Yeah. We didn't have a field goal all game last game.
We had how many touchdowns?
8 for us and
then
3
5 for them. So 13 for 13 on extra points as well. Chambers into shotgun. 1st and 10, Navarre from the 35. Chambers back to pass. He's getting good protection.
Ooh, he has right, but he's going to get sacked.
He's going to get sacked all the way back to the 30.
Jaquez Thomas on that sack. Number 31.
That's their second sack of the night.
5-yard loss on that sack. Chambers did a good job of minimizing the loss on the sack as well as he came into the pocket. He did have Dante Wright breaking free, but he was already in the grasp.
Washington getting good pressure. It's going to be Green off a left tackle. He's going to get out to the 30 for no gain.
Loss. Can bring it back to the 29. Bring up a 3rd down and 16 for the Raiders with 4:45 left in the second quarter.
Brings up a 3rd down for the Raiders. Let's give up this Wildcat D.
This is the first game I could remember having a female PA.
It is.
And she's pretty pumped up.
And she's keeping the crowd, the student section pumped up and the fans down below.
Yeah. Nice little crowd out in the far side of the Raiders. They usually travel pretty well.
3rd and 16 for the Raiders from their own 29. Chambers into shotgun. He's going to throw an interception across the middle. And he's going to go in down to the 5. They were trying to set up a little running back screen. And he's intercepted at the 25-yard line. And he returns it back to the 5.
Yeah, that was a poorly thrown ball for sure. But Sage Chambers just threw the pick there. I didn't see who picked it off, but good job for Sage getting back and helping out with the tackle along with Josh Carter.
With the size of the return man, he looked like a defensive lineman that dropped back.
Yeah.
Wildcats, let me hear it.
Eventually we'll be big enough to play replays.
Hopefully. So Washington's going to set up 1st and goal at the Raider 5 with 3:35 on the clock or 3:55, something like that.
Yeah, golden opportunity here for Washington to take the lead here.
Robinson's going into the Wildcat. They're going to give it to McGee. McGee's going to get tackled on a big play there by number 28, Matthew Downey.
3-yard loss.
He brings up 2nd down for the Wildcats.
Robinson in the Wildcat. Now they're going to bring Slattery back in. They're trying to run McGee out of that jet sweep, sort of like what the Raiders pull off at Dante.
Yeah.
But no going tonight on 2 carries for McGee for -8 yards.
Pretty concerned with the Raiders' offense tonight. 3 points, and only a handful of first downs. I think, 4 first downs, 5 first downs?
4 first downs on the night. Second and goal with the Wildcats at the Raiders 7. Slattery in the shotgun. He's getting good pressure. It's going to be caught at the 2.
It's got to bring up a third and goal at the 2-yard line. Quarterback definitely took a lick on that one, but got a good pass off.
Look at that number. What's that number there on the near side walking back to the huddle? Is that number 13?
13, yeah.
Which would be
Ramahani Richardson?
I think it's the other 13, Darius Anderson, with the 5-yard catch. It's going to bring up third and goal from the 2. Slattery 2 for 4 for 12 yards.
Look for the quarterback run here.
It's going to be Robinson on the Wildcat.
And he's going to be
we're
stopped short.
We're going to have a penalty there in the middle of the pile.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be a hold because the umpire threw it. It's usually either a hold or a face mask. It'll be a huge penalty if it's against the Raiders.
Let's see what the call is going to come up.
Looks like a hold. Oh, face mask.
Face mask again against Navarre.
So that's going to be half the distance. Bring up third down at the 1.5-yard line.
So it's going to only equate to a 1-yard penalty. So third and goal from the 1.
That's the second face mask the umpire's thrown, but he's missed all the holds.
Robinson in the Wildcat.
He's going to keep it. He's going to
He's
get
not.
second effort.
He's in. Had to wait for a second.
Yeah, second effort gets it.
Wildcats on the board.
That was a good second effort there by Robinson. They would have went for it on fourth down, I'm sure, anyways. But Washington takes the lead 6-3 late in the first half.
I would say that's probably 2:45.
Yeah, or 55.
So the turnover by the Raiders gives Washington 6 points. McGee in for the extra point, which is a challenge in itself. He was 1 for 5 last week. And it's blocked. It's blocked up the middle by Jordan Jefferson.
Good block there by Jefferson. It was a very low kick, but Jefferson was right on it.
Score remains 6-3. And Washington has their first lead of the ball game, 6-3. And the Raiders looking a little bit discombobulated here early on.
Yeah, they sure do. Mari Green's really the only offense tonight. Sage Chambers has a couple completions for, 30 yards, if that.
59 yards rushing for Green, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then 21 yards passing. So the Raiders only, take off the minus on the sack, the 2 sacks, and 14, and
they're under 60 yards.
They're under 60 yards of offense here in the first half.
That's very un-Raider-like.
They don't have the mixture this week of Williams and Green, thunder and lightning, as I call them.
Yeah. I wonder what's up with Williams. Because he
McGee with the kickoff. It's going to be the middle of the field to Brewer at the 15. He's going to get a nice block. He's going to head over to the 30, out to the 35. A nice return. As they're going to spot the ball right on the 35. A 20-yard return for Brewer.
Looks like 1:49 left here in the first half. Maybe.
1-something. The Raiders, I believe, have all 3 timeouts left here. Both teams with all 3.
Yep.
They're going to run Chambers, lone individual in the backfield. Quadruple set to the top of the screen. Caballero to the near side. They're going to run Dante Wright on that favorite Michael Carter.
Space.
He's going to get 9 yards out to the 44.
2nd and 1 now for the Raiders. Nice little screen pass there to Dante Wright from Sage Chambers.
That's that one they loved running Michael Carter last year.
Yeah, no one ran it better.
2nd and 1. The handoff to Green up the middle. He's going to get a Raider first down over the 45 out to the 46. Move the chains.
And then they're going to stop the clock to reset the change. 1:40 left here in the first half. Raiders are moving the ball. They're at their own 46. It'd be nice to at least get in field goal range and tie this game up.
Which we know it
Take
could
the
be
wind out of the
quite a
sails.
long distance for Taish.
Yeah.
It's going to be Green up the middle. And he's going to get 1 yard.
Yeah. 1 yard gain by Green. They're definitely wearing out that play, the run up the middle with Green. Josh Carter comes in the game now lined up behind Sage Chambers to the left.
2nd and 9 for the Raiders from their 47.
Josh Carter reminds me a lot of Mike Allstott from the Tampa Bay Bucks. Another screen pass too low now for Bryson Brewer.
Chambers hasn't gotten in sync yet tonight, Mike.
No.
Wildcats brings up a big third down before the half.
3rd down and 9 now for the Raiders.
At least when it goes to seconds, we know how many seconds there is. 52 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
The Raiders scored 3 times last week in the last minute of a quarter. So I wonder if Lightning can strike again.
And it's going to be definitely a passing play here. See if Sage can't get a nice pass off here. Rifled it down to Dante Wright, and them quick hands of Dante Wright receives it inside the 40 to the 38. Another first down for the Raiders.
Down to the 39-yard line.
Great snag there by Dante Wright. Good pass and catch. The Raiders are moving again.
From the 47 down to the 39. So a 14-yard pass play to Wright.
This is one way to get Chambers into the game on these passing downs. Dante Wright.
He's got Dante Wright
Got
inside the 10.
Inside
all the way
the
down to
5.
the 6. 33-yard gain to Wright, and the Raiders are first and goal.
Actually a 41-yard gain from
They
the
were at
47.
40s. They were actually, the ball was down to the 39.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So it's
33-yard.
33-yard pass play to Wright.
That was a beautiful thrown ball by Chambers. Dante Wright just caught it running in motion. And they're all the way down to inside the 10 to the 5-6 yard line.
Definitely in Kevin Taish's field goal range right now.
Yeah, they're at the 6.
And the Raiders take their first time out of the half.
34 seconds left, so they got plenty of time with 2 timeouts left.
Down to the 6, first and goal. What a nice throw and catch from Chambers to Wright, and maybe that will get this Raider offense going heading to the second half.
Yeah, I'll do a handoff off jet sweep here. Jet sweep handoff to the left side. They're on the right hash.
Fans, it's 34 seconds left in the half. Let's help this defense out. Let's help them out.
4 for 7 in the quarter for Chambers.
Come on, you can make more noise than that. Let's help them out.
For 69 yards. All to Dante Wright.
Mari Green in the backfield to Chambers left. Caballero is near side. Watch Dante to come in motion here. He's going to stay out there, spread it a little.
It's going to be a handoff to Green up the middle. He's going to get near the goal line.
To the 1.
And the Raiders should call another timeout for 28 seconds. A gain of
2. They're going to mark him at the 4. 1 timeout left for the Raiders. 28 seconds.
May go to the pass play here, Mike, now since they are down to their 1 timeout.
I'll do one more run, Bill. One more run, then take a timeout if they don't get in, and then go for it on 4th down.
I'm thinking to myself, your wife's name is Angelina, which is definitely Hispanic.
Yep.
And you can't pronounce Caballero.
And it sounds like an Italian name, too. Caballero.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Is he Hispanic or Italian?
I'm not sure.
It looks like an Italian name.
I'll give you that one. But if it's Hispanic,
but still, I mean, it's just as bad because I'm Italian.
Let's go, defense.
So it's 2nd and goal from the just outside the 3 for the Raiders. With 28 seconds on the clock. Chambers into shotgun. Twins to the far side, single to the near side, and Caballero. It's going to be a handoff to Green.
He's stopped again.
He's going to be stopped, fumble.
To the 5. Let's just kick the field goal and tie it up here. And call our last time out with 18 seconds left.
Good job, D.
At the 6.
Brings up a third down. Come on, Wildcats. Let's make some noise.
Third down. I thought it was fourth down.
That's third down. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 6. And the Raiders are going to take their last timeout here, I believe.
Now you have to throw it. You have to throw it, and then if it's incomplete, get your field goal team ready.
One thing you can't afford right here is a sack.
18 seconds left. So if you're a Wildcat, who we be?
Oh, we might want run one of those jet sweeps to Dante Wright.
Okay, then.
See what? Actually, I'm adding that numbers here. And we need to go back to 6, not 13, Bill. (6-3) Navarre. Trailing here on the road.
Let's go, defense. Biggs in. Let's go, D. Let's make some noise.
We're going to have a double.
Let's make some noise.
Green to the left of Chambers. 3rd and goal from the 6 with 18 seconds on the clock. Good snap.
Oh, good defensive play there.
Blocked on the pass.
Yeah, he's looking for the tight end, Schluter. And we're going to bring up another field goal attempt for the Raiders.
And Tate's coming out to tie this game at 6, heading to the half.
Mr. Amari Servison. Give it up for that defense. We ain't done yet. Brings up the 4th down.
Tate's in for the field goal. This one from 24 yards out.
See if Tage could get his 2nd field goal of the season. Right in the middle of the field, so.
Good snap, good hold, kick is up.
Perfect. There's a flag for offsides, and I think it's against Navarre. No, it's against Washington, so just bring them in 5 more yards.
Have to distance the goal, or they can.
It'll be up to the 3 now.
Offsides on the Wildcats.
So a 20-yard field goal now for Tage.
Let's go, D. Let's make some noise, Wildcats. Let's make some noise, Wildcats.
So basically an extra point now for Tage from the 10.
Who was 8 for 8 last week.
Tage lines up from his 14. Chambers with the hold coming up. Good snap, good hold. Tage up. And
blocked.
That's blocked.
There's a flag in there late. They forgot to stop the clock, but big defensive play there by Washington.
We do have a flag on the field.
That's one thing I don't like about the high school rule of defensive offside. It's a dead ball, and the NCAA and in the pros, it's a delayed call, so they could have declined that offside and took their field goal.
It looks like we're going to go the half. 6-3 Washington. Washington will get the ball to start the second half.
Be quiet. Who we be? Who we be? Who we be?
It was a penalty against Washington. And we're going to the half. That's your halftime scores, 6-3. Washington over Navarre. It's Irish Bill and Mike Martino. We'll go to a long commercial break, and we'll be back for the second half action.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one. Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate is your householder in Navarre. Buying or selling, Ursula will make it easy. Ursula moved here almost 20 years ago and fell in love with the white sandy beaches. She has raised her children in Navarre, went to study at universities with academic scholarships, and both are successful adults. Ursula is a big supporter of the Navarre Raiders. Ursula has been a realtor since 2003, and Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate offers her the most advanced tools available in the industry. Whether you are a first-time home buyer or a savvy investor, she will negotiate a deal for you. For a free buyer consultation, a free comparable market analysis of your home, and to see if you qualify for one of the rewards programs, call Ursula Householder at 850-642-5711. Send an email to ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate is a subsidiary of NRT LLC. Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com. Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planner's qualified vacation planner, Judy Bruce, today. She is a full-service agent, ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at DandyLionsJourneyTravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com. University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322. JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one. Ursula Householder of Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate is your householder in Navarre. Buying or selling, Ursula will make it easy. Ursula moved here almost 20 years ago and fell in love with the white sandy beaches. She has raised her children in Navarre, went to study at universities with academic scholarships, and both are successful adults. Ursula is a big supporter of the Navarre Raiders. Ursula has been a realtor since 2003, and Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate offers her the most advanced tools available in the industry. Whether you are a first-time home buyer or a savvy investor, she will negotiate a deal for you. For a free buyer consultation, a free comparable market analysis of your home, and to see if you qualify for one of the rewards programs, call Ursula Householder at 850-642-5711. Send an email to ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate is a subsidiary of NRT LLC.
Welcome back to Washington High School, and if you're looking for a lot of offense, you've come to the wrong place tonight, Mike.
Yeah, that's very true. Raiders with, they're over 100 yards of offense now with that last drive, but definitely not Raider-like, only putting 3 points on the board.
126 yards, 77 passing for Chambers, 5 for 11, and one interception, 49 yards on the ground, and your leading ball carrier is 63 yards on 16 carries, Amari Green. 3 sacks for the defense, 2 by Segrest and 1 by Nolan Garrett. The Raiders with 126 yards of offense. Washington with only 31 yards of offense in this game and only 2 first downs. They have 14 carries for 19 yards, and they're 2 for 4 passing for 12 yards.
Right now, the difference of the game is that interception thrown by Chambers and giving Washington the ball at their own 5. Raiders did a good job of containing the drive, but then they get the face mask penalty to give them another shot. And Robinson, with a good second effort, punches in the end zone. The extra point was blocked, but then Washington returned the favor and blocked our field goal as time was expiring in the first half.
And let's go to the 6A scoreboard, see if we got any scores here from around the area. Looking up here towards the Panhandle. Crestview 20-0 over St. Martin's in the second quarter. Arnold up on Fort Wall Beach in a close one, 7-3. Gulf Breeze over Catholic in the second quarter, 15-12. Niceville all over Eastridge, 34-13 in the second quarter. Tate 22, West Florida Tech 14. No score between Milton and Choctaw in the second quarter.
I think we went different ways on that game. I think I picked Milton and you picked Choctaw.
I took the Big Green.
I took them last week, but they disappointed me against, was it Pace they played?
Milton went to, Choctaw played it against Tate at home. And let's go down to 1A where the majority of the rest of our games are. And we'd like to thank Joshua Wilson with FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com for providing his scoreboard every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday afternoon games. Port St. Joe and Mariana, they're scoreless in the third quarter. Let's see other games coming up here. Freeport all over Lowndes, 31-0. I took Lowndes, you took Freeport, so you're getting a heads up on that one. That one's at halftime. Holmes County 13, Bozeman 6. I think we both took Bozeman in that one. Escambia Academy 28, Northview nothing.
I think I picked Northview in that one.
Yeah. Chipley 14, Graceville 6. Baker 14, Vernon 7. Florida High 14, Bluntstown 14. There's the majority of your games. So here early on in the first couple of weeks, and I know I've had my top 7 with Navarre sitting on top until they get beat. They should stay on top of, because they went the furthest out of anybody last year in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
But early on, it looks like Niceville is coming loaded up again this year.
They have a stud for a quarterback this season, and my buddy, my good friend Brian Ward is at that game as he's a season ticket holder for Niceville. And he said he's looking like a college passer. And
he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, the first year out there. And they're up big right now on that Orlando team. What's the score of the Gulf Breeze? And
15-12 in the second quarter, Gulf Breeze over Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Tight game there, 3-point game just like here. Probably a little bit more offense. But we're 6-3 here at the half. And Niceville's defense is just staunch this year. Plus, they have one of the best wide receivers, defensive backs in the area, Wanye Thomas, and he is going to play at Georgia Tech. So you can tell that he's a smart kid if he's going to play at Georgia Tech next year. And they are pretty loaded on the defensive side of the ball, and especially at the linebacker position. It's tough to throw on the Eagles of Niceville.
Yeah. The Navarre defense definitely made their adjustments tonight, and they're looking pretty good. And, they would be held scoreless had it not been for them getting the ball on their own 5-yard line.
And then on third down, they had the face mask penalty, their second one. There are only 2 penalties of the game were those face masks.
Yeah.
2 penalties for 7 yards in the first half for Navarre. 4 penalties for 29 yards for Washington. Yeah. Nice job on the kicking game, the punting game so far for Kyle Hickman. 3 punts on the night for 129 yards, so a 43-yard average, which is pretty solid.
Yeah. Want to give a shout-out to Daryl Seward, who's listening at Disney right now. He's down in the tournament with his daughters, Jennifer and Jessica Seward.
Hey, Daryl, hope everything's going well down there. And our good friend Tim Keene listening in Navarre tonight, watching in Navarre. I can't forget that we are bringing this game on video. And thank you, everyone, where you may be on the World Wide Web. I know Coach Baldry's mom is probably listening up, and Jay again. So, Miss Baldry, we thank you for tuning in again tonight. And my good friend Todd Alt over in Sweden probably checking in. This guy is a football fanatic. He stays up till all hours of the night to catch Navarre football and then watch the games on Saturday as well. And he's been a good friend of mine for about 4 or 5 years now, and he tunes in every Raider game every week.
Yeah, that was the one downfall about living overseas when I was stationed overseas for 8 of my 20 years, and that was having to watch the football games at 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, the one year that I was in Korea in 99-2000 was the year that my high school team, my alma mater, went on and won their first state title. And of course, I was in Korea, so I kind of followed it online. So it's nice to have people online that are giving out information, and especially with JockJive.com, and we're bringing video, and it will only get better in the months ahead as we bring you Raider football. We'll bring you a little bit of Raiders soccer, Raiders soccer on JockJive again this year. Coach Rob Simon, hopefully looking for another solid season out of his Lady Raiders.
Yeah, he's going to have some good players returning with the Seward twins. A great goalkeeper and forward in there. I'm going to have the youngest Madrill, Annika Madrill. She's going to be coming back. Emily doing great things already for Florida State. Had 2 assists in her very first game as a freshman starting for Florida State Seminoles, who's one of the most prized female soccer teams in the country.
Great program they have over there at Florida State.
And Simon, we talked about the football team sending 11 players to play in college level. And Simon, he has a bunch of girls playing in the next level as well, as he has Lizzie Madrill, Tori Martino, Haley Howard all playing at Daytona State, joining Gianna Bly, who's there in her second year. And then he has Mariah McKinney from a couple years ago. She's playing in Georgia. I'm sure I'm missing some players, but Juliana DeSalle, she went to the Naval Academy. She's not playing soccer anymore, but she's...
I was feeling a sneeze coming on, so I had to turn my head.
Yeah.
And then Kayla Fultz is playing up in Georgia, correct?
Yeah, Kayla Fultz, and I know I'm missing some players, but Tori's really liking it down there in Daytona.
Is she back playing yet?
She has been cleared. She was cleared a week and a half ago, and I'm sure she's not going to be playing. They're playing tonight, Eastern Florida. It's kind of funny because her first game that she's eligible to play, they played at Eastern Florida, which was a site for the state semifinals in Tori's junior season.
When they lost to Vieira.
Yep, 2-0. And Vieira went on to win the state title. They came back the next year to beat Niceville to win back-to-back titles. A very strong soccer program, Vieira.
Well, actually, a very strong sports program. Their football team is pretty solid every year.
Yeah.
And we don't like to mention the Hawks unless they're shorter Hawks.
Yeah.
Speaking of shorter Hawks, we'll be getting up bright and early in the morning. Brenda Kay, Brooke, and I will be heading up to watch Brady's first game tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 kickoff as they host Mars Hill, a team that they went to overtime last year and lost 28-21. Brady won Brady's best games last year. He was 3 for 3 on extra points up there and had some pretty solid kickoffs. It was a beautiful country up there just north of Asheville, North Carolina, and the Blue Ridge Mountains up there. It's beautiful, beautiful country. But this year they're coming down to Rome, Georgia to take on the Hawks of Shorter University, and Shorter looking to end their 17-game losing streak.
What's that, about a 4-hour drive?
From here, from our house in Navarre, it's a 5.5 to 6 hour drive.
Oh.
365 miles.
Yeah, I plan on, me and Angelina, Rosie is planning on going to Daytona Columbus weekend because the Daytona State team has 2 games that weekend. So we're hoping to have Tori playing by then so we could kind of see her in action for the first time in over a year. Yeah, she tore her ACL the Monday before Thanksgiving last year, and she's been in recovery ever since.
Yeah, the Hawks, one thing nice that they're getting back this year is their 5'8", 210-pound running back, B.J. McCoy, led the Gulf South Conference rushing his junior year with 1,500 yards rushing. He is just a bowling ball. I mean, he's about 2% body fat, if that. He might even be negative body fat. And he's a great young man, but they'll get him back. He lost would have been his senior year to a pinched nerve in his back. So he didn't play it all last year, so he was medically redshirted. So he'll be back this year. They got a huge offensive line they brought in, which they needed a lot of improvement on. And Brady will be handling the extra point of field goals this year for the Hawks, starting as a sophomore. And their defense, they brought on a lot of big guys on the defensive line, and they have another Raider up there as well, Royce Thomas, who graduated last year at Navarre. He's up there at Shorter now playing with Brady. And he'll have his chances. He's been fighting a little bit of hamstring this week. I'm not sure if his playing time is going to be a whole lot this weekend. But so Thomas and Hamill up there at Shorter, and we'll get to watch both of them tomorrow afternoon. Let's change the scoreboard on the screen to the third quarter.
Wildcats will get the ball here in the third quarter.
Put 3 timeouts back for both teams.
And Navarre's going to be kicking from the north to the south.
Kevin Tate looking to put toe on leather to get this game underway in the second half. 6-3 Washington over Navarre. You're listening live on JockJive. You're watching live on JockJive.com. Mike Martino, our color analyst, and Irish Bill with the play-by-play. And we are underway here in the second half.
Raiders are due for a big turnover here, so let's see if they can't get something going here in the first defensive possession of the game.
They're kind of delaying the kickoff here a second, waiting on the officials.
Yeah, they still got the time running down here in the halftime.
Oh, they're waiting for the clock to get down to 0. And it is down to 0, and we're ready for action here. Tate says, come on, I'm ready to go. Give me the ball, man. Looking for a deep kick. He had a touchback in his only kickoff. It's a line drive kick that's going to take a bounce and go off the Washington defender at the 7. And he's not going to get out very far. He's going to get it lit out to the 20, out to the 21-yard line, about a 14-yard return.
Thomas and Downey combined for that tackle. And he gets about a 12-yard return after getting it on the 10. Raiders come out in their defense, who looks pretty sharp tonight, Bill.
They have only 31 yards given up in the first half. And most of that was on that initial drive.
Yeah, for sure.
3 sacks for minus 35 yards. Segrest with 2 of them. And we're going with Nolan Garrett with the other one. Slattery in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. 2 backs in the backfield. Slattery takes the snap. It's a good one. It's going to be a nice play in the backfield. I believe that was Cade Taylor or Nolan Garrett.
Garrett. No, Davis. Gabriel Davis, number
Gabriel
25.
Davis with the tackle for loss.
Robinson gets tackled for a 4-yard loss. Brings up a 2nd and 14 at the 17-yard line.
So,
great pursuit there.
So 26. He's filling in for the injured Nathan Cruz. And it's going to be 2nd and 14 for Washington. Slattery in the shotgun.
Looks like they got the slot formation.
He's going to roll out to his left. And he is going to just throw it away out of bounds. He does get it past the line of scrimmage, so it's just going to be an incompleted pass.
Mystical McGee was the intended receiver.
I love that name, Mystical McGee. Only a junior, 6'4" wide receiver. Went for 220 yards and 11 catches last Friday night against Milton.
Yeah, he's a big kid. I mean, he's probably going to be playing at the next level. Ball's going to be on the right hash mark. 3rd down now and 14. Raider defense.
So 3 sacks and a tackle for loss. Actually, 3 tackles for loss on the night for the Raiders. 3rd and 14. Single receivers to both sides. 2 backs in the backfield sandwiched around Slattery. Slattery back to pass. He's feeling a lot of pressure, and he's just going to throw it away.
Yeah, nobody in that area whatsoever.
Except Josh Carter running in right into his face.
Yeah. And I don't know why there's no flag there. But, I mean, I didn't see a Washington player within 30 yards.
And I think they're talking it over right now. They are throwing it now. I think
that's pretty sad that you have to wait to get your butt chewed by the sideline coaching crew to throw a flag.
And it's going to be a loss of down.
Yeah, and a 10-yard penalty.
And a 10-yard penalty.
Great defensive stand here on the opening drive here for Washington.
So with that minus 4 yards of offense, Washington down to 27 yards of offense in this game, but they have a 6-3 lead.
And they're going to be punting from their own end zone. Ball's placed on the 4. Bryson Brewer is back deep. He's at Washington's 35. So the Raiders are going to get great field position here. Let's see if they can't bring a full load here on the punt block.
Watch the possible bad snap, too.
He gets it off. Not a good one. Brewer's going to pick it up at 35. Fair caught. And the Raiders will have it there. So good break for the Raiders. Great defensive stand. And they're going to have it at Washington's 35-yard line.
Well, hopefully old Uncle Mo is about ready to get out of the back seat of the car because he's been on Washington's side for way too long. Hey, when Uncle Mo does that.
Raiders come out with Register and Caballero on the near side. No, that's not Register. That's Brandon Marquis.
Marquis and Caballero
Register's
to the near side. Register and right to the top of the screen. Right goes in motion.
Keeper.
Wright's going to pass. He's got a receiver wide open.
Man, he was all over him. Woo,
that was the old wide receiver option in motion.
Yeah, and he was all over. That defender was all over Marquis.
They used that twice against Pace last year, remember?
Oh, yeah.
They scored on both plays last year.
Niceville's up 42-13 with a minute left in the first half.
Wow.
7A school.
2nd and 10 from the 35. It's going to be Green up the middle. He's going to get stuffed for a 2-yard loss.
They're going to give him forward progress to the 36.
And that Wildcat lady's about getting to be a little bit obnoxious over here to my right.
Yeah, she was obnoxious after the first quarter for me.
Hey, it's my mic, and I get to say what I want. It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 for the Raiders after that great field position at the Washington 35-yard line.
Going to be a passing play here, and there's going to be delay a game. False start on the offense, so that's going to bring them back 5 yards, bring up a 3rd down and 17.
Really? About ready to turn my field mic off.
No, we got to let the fans suffer through what we're suffering through.
I liked her at first, but that
sort of sounds like a grade school chant or something.
It's that nana nana boo boo.
Chambers in the shotgun looking for a passing down here. He's looking deep at Dante Wright. Oh, nice step up into the pocket. And he's going to find Brandon Marquis, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
That's actually Caballero.
No, that is Caballero.
Down to the 32-yard line.
I don't like that at all. I mean, he was wrapped up, not going anywhere, and the linebacker number 58, Mike Poljak, came in and just hit him high. And there is an injury right now on the far side of the field. Looks like number 6, Jalen Knight.
They're going to gain 10 yards, the 5 yards on the penalty and the 2-yard loss. So it's going to be a gain of 10 to Caballero.
32-42. It'd be a 49-yard field goal right here, but I don't see them taking it. I think they're going to go for the field position.
I think after the block kick, knowing Coach Walls, he likes to put 7 on the board.
Yeah, so they'll probably punt here. Play the field position game. Although the Raiders defensively been playing pretty well, so maybe they will take a chance here on 4th down and 7.
Yeah, they're down at the 32-yard line. They need to get to the 25 for the first down. We're just under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 6-3 Washington, a game that I thought would be an offensive game. No, it's not. Unless things change drastically here in the next 21-plus minutes. It's 6-3. Navarre trailing on the road at Washington.
Number 5, Goldsmith, was the injured.
He had the big return last week, the 95-yard, 90-yard punt, interception return. They gave him a touchdown, but he was out at the 1 from my viewpoint.
Chambers is bringing the offense back on the field for this 4th down and 7.
4th and 7 for Navarre at the Washington 32.
Look for a screen pass to Dante Wright and let him do his footwork.
Wright goes in motion to the top of the screen. Sage is going to roll out. He's got to get rid of it. Nice catch. He drops it as he hits the turf. There is a flag. Might be a late penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. Roughing the passer. That's going to be on number 44. Big boneheaded play there by Amari Severson as he hits Chambers late. Good 2 seconds after they release the pass. This could bring up a big first down here for the Raiders.
Roughing the passer, 15 yards are going to be marked off, so they'll be down inside the Washington 20, down to the 17. And Charlie Ward's having a conversation with Mr. Referee.
I remember a couple years ago I was on the Washington sideline, and Charlie Ward asked me, he's like, "Do you not know who I am?" I'm I'm like, yeah, you played for the Knicks, right?
It's going to be Josh Carter off left tackle, still on his feet.
He's going to pick up 4 yards.
His first carry on the season.
2nd and 6 from the 14.
He is a load to bring down. 5'10", 225. And his dad, Tony Carter, one of the assistant coaches for the Navarre Raiders.
That Carter family is quite dynamic. Got Dwayne Carter. He's just graduated from Harding University in Searcy, Arkansas, just up the road from where I used to live in Cabot.
Yeah, he went on while he was there. He got his degree in business, started his own business, C3 Sports. In fact, Josh, Michael, and Dwayne are all the proprietors of C3 Sports.
And I wonder if that had something to do with Mike Carter choosing number 3 at North Carolina this year.
Well, there's 3 Carters, C3, 3 Carters Sports. And we know how involved they've been in sports in Navarre over the last year, because he's only going to wear 3 this year. Then he's going to move back to number 7 because they have a senior at North Carolina that's wearing the number 3.
Yeah.
So
maybe if he does well this season, he'll stick with that number 3.
Yeah. Karma, you know how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes in your favor, sometimes it doesn't.
Another injured Wildcat. Not sure who that was, but
he's
off the field.
They don't run a very big roster, so the Raiders might have a chance to wear these guys down a little bit.
Yeah.
Carter in the backfield to the right of Chambers. 2 receivers on the near side. Brewer to the top of the screen.
Just under 9 minutes left in the half.
It's going to be a handoff to Carter, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
They're actually going to lose a yard on that one. Another injured Wildcat. Looks like he's cramping.
It's a cramp. It's a cramp. My wife always gives me a hard time. There was years ago when we played up at Crestview. I believe it was when Nick Benton was still playing with the Raiders. And it was either Benton or I think it was Benton, but he came up with a cramp, and we couldn't actually, from our distance, we couldn't actually tell if he was injured or if it was a cramp. So I mentioned cramp about 5 or 6 times. So ever since then, my wife gives me a hard time. Was it a cramp, Bill?
Well, the Raiders are in field goal range now as they're inside the 20 to the 15. Actually, 14-yard line.
Third and 8.
So it'll be a 31-yard field goal from here if they don't pick up another down or another yard here on 3rd down. Sage Chambers, Josh Carter in the backfield once again with Chambers.
Chambers in the shotgun, twins to the top. Caballero all by his lonesome on the near side. Wright's going to go in motion. He's going to get Carter off left tackle.
Nice.
He breaks back in, and
touchdown.
I think we're going to have a holding penalty inside the 5.
Yeah, it's going to be on number 78, Darrell Hickson. Nice run there by Josh Carter, and they got another cramp. He has a cramp, Bill.
Another Washington player down at the 15-yard line. Carter got in, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Hickson.
It's going to be from the spot of the foul, correct?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they picked up the first down prior or not.
So they are going to move the ball back to the 20.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 13.
All right, Wildcats, let's make some noise for this defense. They out there working.
Second penalty of the
Let's help them out, Wildcats.
half.
Let's help these boys out.
Both teams have been kind of self-destructing here tonight, Mike.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Come on, they're working. Let's go.
Carter went in for 6, but a holding penalty denies it. And the Raiders are back at 3rd and 12. Chambers in the backfield, Carter to his right. Caballero and Wright to the near side. Bryson Brewer to the top of the screen. That's actually Sam Register.
Another stoppage.
To the top of the screen. Timeout, Navarre. We're going to take a timeout with a little bit over 8 minutes on the clock, as far as I know.
Timeout, Raiders.
Washington 6 and Navarre 3 on JockJive.com. We'll be back after this quick break.
Lux Sola Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Sola schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Sola Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229.
Irish Bill, I'm Mike Martino back at Washington High. Couple texts to give out. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike and Bill from Ursula and Mike Householder. They're watching again tonight. Go Raiders. We wish you a better second half. And Lonnie Ennis and Matt listening again tonight.
Chris Adamson has us on the big screen at home.
Nice.
Chris, the father of fresh graduated Kane Adamson.
Maryville College, the Scots.
Josh Carter, another run. He's going to pick up just a couple.
And he's going to get about, looks like about
2 yards.
3 or 4 yards.
So Tosh is going to come on again for another field goal attempt. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Had the second one blocked. They got the field goal on the opening drive.
So the penalty takes the touch off the board.
It's going to be a 35-yard field goal.
And Tash lining up for a 35-yard field goal. 1 for 2 on the night. Hit from 24, blocked from 20. Right before the end of the half. Schluter, the long snapper. Chambers, the holder. Snap is good.
Yeah,
Kick is up.
Good. Nailed
and
this
it is
one.
drilled from 35 yards out, and we're tied at 6.
He had another good 10, 15 yards on that one.
Raiders on the board at the 7:44 mark. We're going to say that.
It's a whole new ball game.
A 35-yard field goal by Kevin Tash. And we are tied at 6. This slugfest tonight.
Speaking of slugfest, Niceville's up 49-13 at the half.
I'm glad we don't play Niceville until the end of the season.
Yeah, November 3rd, last game of the season, they come into Navarre. As we really took care of business last year in Niceville.
42-28.
Michael Carter had a great game.
220 yards on the ground. And I believe 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. We beat him the year prior as well in Navarre. That was our perfect regular season. Last year's only blemish was a 3-point loss to Gulf Breeze.
We're tied at 6 here. Tage puts the ball down at the 40. We're a little over 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And a defensive battle here between Washington and Navarre. Washington put up 46 points last week. Washington put up 45. Navarre put up 56. We have 12 points combined.
I'll kick an onside kick here. Are they expecting it?
It's a high end-over-end kick. This is going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Another great kick off by Tosh. I keep wanting to say Tosh. Tosh.0.
T-A-I-C-H. I'm not really sure.
Tosh sounds good.
I guess I'll talk with Coach Wall sometime this week and find out for sure.
Washington's going to take over at their own 20. 7:44 left, I think.
1 possession, minus 4 yards in the second half for Washington, and a couple of penalties. The big one, the intentional grounding, made him forced him to punt. Slattery in the backfield. He's going to hand off out right side.
Oh, this is trouble for Robinson. Josh
Carter's
Carter.
going to.
Wow, what speed by Josh Carter.
He
Nice big run there. They're going to pick up 27 yards on that run.
They're going to spot it at the
17 yards.
37, so a 17-yard gain for Robinson. 9 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown.
Josh did a great job there chasing him down because he probably would have been gone.
Only the third first down of the ball game for Washington. And a little sneaky back almost breaks that one as well.
Nolan Garrett there for the tackle, and he hangs on for dear life as he grabs him by the shoes.
5-yard gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42 of Washington.
Julian Robinson, what a game he's having tonight.
Yeah, he's really their only offense.
10 carries for 80 yards.
And a touchdown.
The only touchdown in this ball game. 2nd and 5 for Washington from their 42. Slattery in a shotgun. He's back to pass. He's feeling pressure over here. And it's going to be close to first down. Going to be a little bit shy. Second catch over there.
It's going to be 4th down and 1.
Darius Anderson with the catch.
And they're not even going to think about it. They're going for it here. I don't know if that's only 3rd down, right? Yeah, 3rd and 1.
Only 3rd down. Only his 3rd completion of the game.
Why are they going to measure? It's not even close,
It's
guys.
not even close. Unless he just wants to take a break himself.
Unless they're calling water, but I don't see why they would measure here.
Oh, now they moved the chain. Oh, they're going to spot it there so they know where
it's a
bring it back to.
It's a yard short.
I'm a little slow at times.
This is just a waste of time here.
Because then they're going to go right to the water break on the next play.
Yeah.
All right, Wildcats, I was just told that we have a cheerleader whose birthday is today.
Half yard short.
I would like everybody in the
So it's going to be 3rd and a half yard for Washington.
Birthday to Miss Michaela.
It's time for a sack here, Bill.
It'd be a big time for a sack, but we may see Robinson out of the Wildcat again. As they get short yardage, they have gone to the Wildcat quite often. Wildcat, so why not?
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and a half a yard.
Team that made that Wildcat famous was Arkansas back when they had Felix Jones and Darren McFadden back in 06.
Run DMC.
Yep. I really thought Darren McFadden would be a fair lot better in the NFL.
They actually had a third back in that. I'm going to quiz you. Who was the third back in that backfield that also played in the NFL?
Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis, you got it.
Yep. Peyton Hillis, he was a good back. He reminds me of Josh Carter and Mike Allsted.
Denver Broncos for a little while.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns as well, I believe, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and a half a yard. They are keeping Slattery in there.
I'm going to see Slattery taking this one inside.
It's going to be McGee.
Nothing.
And he's not going to get it.
That's going to be 4th and 2. They lose a half a yard. It's still going to be 4th and 2. Going to lose a yard on that one.
They've tried to run McGee out of that jet sweep that Navarre likes to run, but it's been negative plays every time they've ran it.
And they're going to play the field position here and punt it. So good defensive stand by your Raiders.
Stay on sides. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, watch for the hard count.
Because they will give you a hard count. And remember, McGee, their most talented, he's looking a little sluggish there as he goes back to punt, holding his left hip. Watch the fake right here, too.
Yeah, Dante Wright back deep for the Raiders.
One of his better punts. Dante Wright from his 21. It's going to get out to the 29.
8-yard return for Dante.
His best punt of the night.
Yeah, Raiders got Zach Goldhagen with that tackle.
It's hard to see these. It's hard to see these numbers.
Yeah, it's number 1, but that's definitely not TJ. Look for Thomas. No,
I had the
maybe Thomas.
See if
Burling.
I can bring the my daughter Brooke. Of course, BK said cramps are everywhere.
Sage Chambers brings the troops out. Myra Green in the backfield. Trips to the left. Inside handoff to Amari Green. He's going to pick up a couple.
Actually, it's Chambers on the keeper.
Oh, they definitely got me on that. This could be a 6-yard gain by Chambers, as that's a real nice quarterback keeper.
Number 1 is Timothy Blankenship.
Okay, so that would make sense. TJ, maybe he's Timothy
Which
Jr.
Which is nothing like my roster says.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 4, 2nd and a long, actually a short 5. Give him 5 on the carry. 2nd and 5 for the Raiders on the keeper by Sage Chambers. It's going to be a quick hitter to right. He's going to have a Raider first down over the 40 out to the 41.
7-yard gain for the Raiders.
5th catch on the night for Dante Wright.
Dante with them quick hands and quick feet. Another Raider first down.
7 of 13 for 94 yards for Chambers. Looking to go over a century for the first time on the season. Chambers in the shotgun, twins to both sides. It's going to be a quick hitter to Bryson Brewer. He's going to get down across the 45 out to the 46
6-yard
for a
gain.
6-yard gain. Brewer's first catch on the night.
Chambers getting into his zone now. That's one thing you need is when you're when you have a bad play like that in the first half, it just stays in your head. But Chambers did a great job of shaking it off, and he's really rifling the ball in there now.
Twins on both sides are stacked on the left high. And it's going to be a counter play to Amari Green. Woo! He's off tackle, the big back. Runs inside the 50 down to the 46-yard line.
9-yard gain for
Green.
Green. Of 9. Another first down for the Raiders, and they're pulling the hurry up. Twins on both sides, Amari Green in the backfield. And they're going to get a penalty here for too many men on the field.
Either that or Washington got a timeout before the play.
No, they threw the flag before I got the timeout. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. First down and 5 now for the Raiders at the 41-yard line. 4:47 left in the third quarter. Tie game.
Actually, they would have. That was a 41 up for Dante. The next run, he got down to the 46. So that was actually a 14-yard run.
Oh, okay.
And the first down. 1st and 5 for the Raiders at the Washington 41. Chambers getting in momentum going now. He's back to pass. He's got a receiver.
Oh.
It shorts, hops the defender, incomplete.
Yeah, they were definitely off time there as he was intending for Dante Wright. And Wright made a move and continued towards the end zone, but Chambers threw it into the ground. 2nd and 5 now for the Raiders.
A little over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We're tied at 6. You're watching live action of Navarre Raider football on JockJive here in 2017. Mike Martino, your color analyst. Irish Bill, your play-by-play. Raiders 2nd and 5. It's going to be Amari Green up the middle, and he's going to be close to a Raider first down.
He's going to be a yard short. Nice 4-yard run there by Amari Green. Just buried his head and took down 2 defenders with him. 3rd and 1. You know, something I really never see is Chambers under center. And on these short third down plays, I would like to see him go under center, you know.
So it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Raiders.
Green's
going to be Green off right tackle for the first down. Down inside the 35, all the way down to the 31.
5-yard gain. Amari Green with a nice 5-yard run there on 3rd down and 1. And it's going to give the Raiders a fresh set of downs as they're driving once again for the second time in this quarter.
20 carries on the night for 85 yards for Amari Green, the workhorse tonight for the Raiders. Put another first down up on the board for the Raiders. 1st and 10 at the Washington 31. Over 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be a counter play again for Green. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, +2. And there goes the Streamers here on the near side. And another Washington Wildcat is down.
Cramps.
Let's go to a commercial break. Your score is 6-6 between Washington and Navarre. We'll be back after this break.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com.
Irish Bill and Mike Martino back here at Washington High. 6-6 ball game. Raiders will have 2nd and 9 at the Washington 30. And I thank our new sponsors here. Culver stepping up. Randy and Sonny Honey Smith.
Dante Wright takes his toss sweep, and he's going to get a nice chunk of yardage.
He might take it to the house.
Touchdown Raiders.
30 yards out. Wright goes in, and Raiders have their first touchdown of the ball game.
No laundry on the field, so that's going to stand. Nice 30-yard dash by
Wright. Nice block by the right tackle and right guard there on the near side, and his receivers played a couple of nice blocks as well. And Wright goes in from 30 yards.
Nice little run there by Wright. That speed's just you can't coach speed, Bill.
That you can't. And 30-yard run, his 4th touchdown on the season.
Raiders looking to go up 13-6 here on Taj's extra point.
(12-6) is your game. Navarre takes their second lead. There is a flag on the play.
Possibly another offside.
I'm thinking that's like the scoreboard is really killing me with this time clock.
Yep, another offside by Washington, so it's going to take away more points.
Can you decline it?
You can't, because in high school it's a dead ball.
Okay.
So as soon as the official sees it, he has to call it.
It's going to be an 18-yard extra point now. Half the distance to the goal.
Yeah.
Tate back. Garrett Schluter, your long snapper. Stace Chambers, your holder. Kevin Tate with the extra point. And it's up.
Good.
And it's through. Raiders 13 and Washington 6 here on JockJive.com. The Raiders have scored 10 unanswered here in the third quarter, Mike.
Yeah, Raiders definitely showing why they're a second-half team. Last year actually, there was a year before we trailed at halftime a few times and came back. I know Choctaw we trailed at halftime last year. Dante Wright getting his name in the stat book in a big way. Raiders' first offensive touchdown.
17 yards of offense here in the second half for Washington. 31 in the first half. The Raiders' defense has held the Wildcats to 48 yards of total offense.
That's a vast improvement from last week, giving up 35 points and over 500 yards of offense.
That third quarter alone last week, 220-plus yards rushing they gave up on 3 long touchdown runs. And once again, we'd like to thank Randy and Honey Smith for coming aboard this year and also sponsoring our weekly show on Wednesday nights from Culver's. If you get a chance, come on out next Wednesday, as I'll be bringing you a live show from 7 to 8, 8:15, 8:30, somewhere around there, whenever I decide to finish. And great food and great desserts there at Culver's. And my favorite is the cod. Every time I go in there, I get the cod sandwich. But thank you to them. Also, another new sponsors, Cruise Planners.
I think we missed a penalty because they're kicking off from the 45, so we missed a 15-yard penalty somewhere.
That's their second one of the quarter.
I'll try to do a squib here.
And maybe
really high.
Tate might. I want to see if he can put it through the uprights from here.
Be a good place for onside.
It is up, and it's just short of the uprights. So we can see what kind of distance he does have there, Mike.
Yeah, I would have took advantage of that field position. I would have kicked it high, kicked it high and make them fair catch, because now they just get the ball at the 20 again.
What a nice series for Chambers there. There's one carry there and to drive 5 yards on a nice option play. And then at 3 of 4 passing for 23 yards.
Yeah. And the one that punched it in, a 30-yard scamper by Dante Wright.
They're going Slattery back out. Robinson to his left. Twin receivers to the bottom of the screen, single to the top. 13-6 Navarre here in the third quarter. A little over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Slattery back to pass. He's getting pressure.
Nice pass.
And it's a nice catch there by the receiver. It was a low pass.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a gain out to the 33, a gain of 13.
Yeah, that's their first passing first down of the game.
See that?
They're going to put it at the 32, so 12-yard gain.
The receiver took a pretty good-sized hit there.
And it's going to be a penalty against the Raiders. It's going to give them another 15 yards. That's going to bring it all the way up to the 47. So they get 12 on the pass, 15 on the penalty.
That receiver looked like that was Anderson again. That was Anderson on the catch. His third catch of the night for 22 yards. And a Raider 15-yard penalty. And the fourth first down of the game for Washington. Slattery back to pass. He's going to feel pressure. It's going to be intercepted by Nolan Garrett.
Yeah.
Garrett stepped right in, and that's the second turnover of the night.
And that's a big one. Took away the momentum that Wildcats had with 2 straight first downs.
He stepped in right at the 45, and he returns at 15 yards, Mike.
Nice job by Nolan Garrett there.
Nolan has also played defensive back, so he used his defensive back skills from a previous year and stepped right in between that one.
Navarre brings the troops right back out onto the field. Mari Green to Chambers left. And you got Dante Wright and Caballero down here on the near side. Sam Register, the lone man on the left. I'd like to see him go to Register here.
Wright goes in motion.
He's gonna. He has Register.
Trying to register downfield and
overthrew him by about 3 yards.
Threw it to the wrong shoulder.
They had a great ISO play there to Register. You could kind of see that play coming. Dante Wright into motion, but just overthrew Register's outstretched arms.
Slattery, 4 of 9 for 29 yards and 2 picks.
They're going to come out with the same formation, so let's see if they don't try to get to Register once again. I mean, he has one-on-one, and he has a good 5 inches on that DB.
It's going to be handoff to Mari Green off left tackle, still on his feet inside the 25, and he's going to get down to the 22, a gain of 8 for Green.
Brings up a very manageable 3rd down and 2 now for the Raiders. Nice run by Green.
94 yards on 22 carries.
I was just going to say that puts him close to 100 yards. Wright comes in motion. Another inside handoff to Green. He's going to get his first down up to the 17-yard line.
You're going to spot it, looks like right at the 18. So it's going to be a gain of 5.
99 yards now for Green. See if he can't get his back-to-back 100-yard games.
121 last week against Catholic on 16 carries. He also provided 3 scores.
Dante Wright takes this jet sweep, and there's going to be a flag down, but he's getting down to the 15. Flag thrown by the referee, so that's probably going to be a hold.
I would think so. And
Yeah.
move it back 10. The Raiders only had 2 penalties in the first half, and they already have 4 for 50 yards here.
2 of them are holds. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now for the Raiders. At the 31, 30-yard line.
Right at the 30.
That's 12 yards. Oh, yeah, they spot it from the spot if it's behind the line of scrimmage. So 12-yard penalty for the Raiders.
Looks like we're approaching 1 minute of play here in the third quarter. 13-6 Navarre. And it's going to be first and about 21. Chambers in the shotgun. Saturn Wagner goes in motion. He's got a
He has
receiver.
register this time. Oh.
And
he's just missing on
just
these receivers.
missing him.
Because register had the step.
A 2nd and 21 for the Raiders coming up at the Washington 30. A 10-0 run for the Raiders here in the second quarter.
Let's go defense.
Started out as
and 21.
defensive battle.
Yeah, for sure.
Here you guys, let's go defense.
See if the big Bubbas can give them some blocking, some time to throw the ball here.
They come out with this formation once again. They got Sam Register isolated out there one-on-one.
Wagner and Caballero to the near side. The tight end's going to move out.
Screen pass.
Screen pass to Mari Green. He's going to cut back inside the 20 and all the way down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 14 on a nice little screen pass to the running back.
Yeah, it's going to be another flags on the play, and it's going to be personal foul against Washington. So that's going to be, I don't know if it's going to get us a first down. Might be just shy.
But a 14-yard pass play from Chambers to Green.
I think Washington called a timeout.
Someone called a timeout.
But they have to announce a penalty and mark it off before they grant a timeout, Bill.
The ball is down to the 16-yard line, and they're going to walk it off down to the 8, which should be close to a Raider first down.
I think it's going to be a yard short. No, it is going to be a first down.
It is going to be a first down. They're 6th of the quarter.
First and goal at the 8. And that was illegal contact was the penalty call, Bill.
Okay. Nice little screenplay there. Omari Green, his first catch on the season, goes for 14 yards. Chambers kind of working himself into a little groove here.
Yeah. He's over 100 yards over. Is he not?
And the Raiders have pretty much had the ball the whole third quarter.
Yeah.
All except about 8 plays. Chambers back in. Green to his left. Sluter, the tight end, he's kind of playing an H-back. Caballero to the near side, right, and Brewer to the top of the screen. Sluter goes, and it's going to be
Mari
Green down to the 5. And there, Garner's helmet comes off, so he'll have to set out a play.
Bryson Garner, yeah.
They're going to move the ball down to the, see where they're going to spot the ball.
Maybe the 6. Yeah,
down to the 6, 2-yard gain, so that puts them over 100 at 101 on 24 carries. The Raiders will have 2nd and goal from the Red Wildcats 6-yard line. Anderson in for Caballero.
And it's going to be the end of the third quarter, Bill. And Raiders 13-6 lead.
And that gives us time to go out to commercial break after 3 complete. Navarre 13, Washington 6 on JockJive.com. Irish Bill and Mike Martino, your broadcasters. Brooke Campbell on the camera tonight. And we'll be back for exciting fourth quarter action after this commercial.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planner's qualified vacation planner, Judy Bruce, today. She is a full-service agent, ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise expert experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at dandelionsjourneytravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com.
Second and goal for the Raiders at the 6. As we switch ends of the field, Chambers in the shotgun. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be against the offense.
And as
offside
offside defense, going to give the Raiders half the distance. Will be 3 yards. They'll move it down to the 3.
Yeah, I thought the Raiders offense moved, but I guess not.
4 penalties for each team here in the second half. Second and goal from the 3. Chambers in the shotgun. Green to his left. It's going to be Green off right tackle. He's scrambling. He's rumbling. He reaches out, and he is in. Raiders on the board. Green from 3 yards out.
That was a grinder by Amari Green. He just kept them feet moving and reached the football out, which is a very dangerous move. But he got 6 on the board, and Green's fourth touchdown on the season puts the Raiders up 19-6.
11:53. As that was the first play from scrimmage, so that has to be a 5. I guess. Green's 4th touchdown on the season. All 10 of the Raiders' scores have come on the ground.
Taj coming in for the extra point, where he's a perfect 10 for 10 thus far. Yeah, that's
10 for 10 now.
11.
The block was the field goal, so extra point is good. So we're going to throw the old 6 up there for the touchdown to end the extra point, and the Raiders stretch their lead out to 20-6. Tasha's extra point, 10 for 10 on the season. 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, 2 field goals tonight for 8 points. And the Raiders got a good drive there going, Mike, after they stopped Washington. Washington got a first down, and the Raiders went on a lengthy drive there.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this Raider defense tonight. They're giving up, 70 yards total?
I'll total up here real quick for you. 31 yards in the second half. 31 yards in the first half. 62 total yards.
Jeez. Let's see if they could continue to do that here in the fourth. Washington's going to get their first possession of the fourth quarter. A little squib kick here.
Inside to 10, down to the 8. And he's all over the place tonight. Robinson with the return out to the 20.
Yeah, that's a nice 12-yard return. Something else I really like about the Raiders this year is their special teams looks a lot better. They gave up a lot of big kick returns, punt returns last year. This year there was nothing flashy at all. So good pursuit there by the Raider defense. Number 21, Kevin Washington, came in to finish off the tackle.
Raiders up 14 now, 20-6. Washington went to the half with a 6-3 lead, benefit of a drive from the 5, and made it in on third down by Robinson. Extra point was blocked by Jordan Jefferson. Slattery in the shotgun. First and 10 Washington from their 20. They're going to throw a quick hitter out here to McGee, but he drops it and it falls incomplete.
Brings up a second down for the Wildcats.
4 for 10 for Slattery in the game. Still getting used to these scoreboards, sorry. 4 of 10 for 29 yards for Joe Slattery after he went 17 for 23 last week for 279 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Wow. They're playing tight coverage here.
No one deep, no one more than
Showing
7
blitz.
yards off the line of scrimmage.
Coming in off the blitz. Nice pressure, and they're going to throw incompletion there.
And they may get a late hit. or a holding penalty.
Yeah, they might get Robinson on the hold.
They're going to call roughing the passer. That was kind of cheap.
That's going to be 15 yards and the first down. Bring it up to 35. So that's a quarter of their offense on that one penalty.
They hit him right as he was throwing the ball. So I kind of never mind. I'm not even going to about to explain the officiating. That's not my territory. I'll let them call the game.
Let's go Wildcats.
Their fifth first down, and 2 of them have been by penalties.
Yeah.
So they've only garnered 3 first downs on their offense on the night. Slattery in.
Ray showing blitz once
Shotgun.
again.
They're going to bring it. It's going to be, I don't know if that was planned, but it's not going anywhere. In fact, it's going to be a 5-yard loss in the backfield.
6-yard loss.
All the way back to the 29.
Play brings up second down.
Good read there. Good coverage. And number 96 came with a takedown tackle for loss, Jacoby Smith.
I don't know if that was planned, but it looked like it was planned because Robinson lined up behind Slattery in the backfield, and it went over Slattery's head by a couple yards, so it must have been planned.
Those are dangerous plays when you're down here in your own side of the field.
And another tackle loss for the Raiders defense. Robinson shifts to the left side of Slattery to the top of the screen, one's to the near side. 2nd and 16. Slattery back to pass. He's feeling pressure, and it's going to be caught out to the 40.
Short of the first down.
Nice coverage out there by Gabe Davis.
3rd and 5 here for Washington up to the 40.
It's going to be 11-yard gain.
Nice pass and catch there.
Number 80.
Raiders defense was right in his face once again, but he was able to get off a nice pass here to the sideline.
3rd down for our Wildcats.
3rd and 5.
That is Romani Richardson. He is actually number 80 instead of number 13 that I have. So there's number 80. Ramahani Richardson.
Another high snap, but he corrals it. He's looking downfield. He's going to scramble now, and he's going to break free for the first down up to the 47-yard line, 46-yard line, where his knee touched.
6-yard scamper for Slattery and a first down.
First down by our quarterback, Broadway, Joel.
5 carries for minus 25 yards for Slattery.
That one was big, though.
That gives
a first down.
Moves the chains. 20-6 Navarre with over 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Wildcats out to their own 46-yard line. They're going to hand off to Richardson. He's going to be stuffed at the line by Alex Gilchrist.
Half-yard loss. And 2nd down and 10.
Gilchrist had a nice game last week as well.
Yeah, 2.5 sacks, right?
Big game for Gilchrist. Big game for the defensive line. 7.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. So they had 13 plays for negative yardage last Friday night against Catholic. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.5. Slattery in the shotgun, twins to the top. Single receiver to the near side. Slattery with a nice snap. He's going to feel pressure. He gets it away quick.
Dropped.
And number 80 drops the ball.
81.
81.
We only have an 81 on the roster.
Let me see if I got it on my updated.
Johnny Smith.
Where do we have this?
3rd and 10 for the Wildcats.
Greg Perkins. And the Wild Kingdom. Oh, that wasn't Greg Perkins. That was, it was Perkins, though.
Michael Maffo came in on the blitz and got right in the face of the quarterback and just dropped by receiver.
Slattery with the high snap. He's going to feel pressure once again. He's feeling a defender in his face.
Dropped,
and it's going to fall and incomplete. Nice effort out there.
81 again.
By
Perkins.
Greg Perkins. And it'll be 4th and 10.5.
They're going to punt once again. Dante Wright back at the 25 for the Raiders.
5th punt of the night for Mystical McGee, my old name team here in the Panhandle. Dante standing on his own 26-yard line awaiting the kick. Ooh. That's a line drive kick. He's going to go off to his right. He's going to break one tackle, come back to his left.
Nice block.
And it's going to be McGee with the touchdown-saving tackle, which is a little dirty.
Huge block there by Nolan Garrett. And very nice return by Dante Wright.
From the 26 out to the midfield stripe, so 24 yards on the punt return.
That was an ugly tackle on Wright as well. Raiders got the ball at midfield.
Defense has taken over this ball game for the Raiders.
And this is the 5th time tonight the Raiders started at midfield or better.
Chambers in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. Saturn Wagner goes in motion. It's going to be Amari Green off right tackle, and he is going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, the inside handoff just isn't working much anymore.
26 carries, 104 yards, and a score for Amani. Been the workhorse tonight for the Raiders.
Yeah, Mari and Dante had great games so far for the Raiders. Sage Chambers coming into his own tonight. Another good solid performance by a kicker. Saturn Wagner comes in motion, takes the handoff, and he's going to get a 3-yard loss. 3rd and 13 for the Raiders at the 47.
His jersey's just too clean.
Yeah.
All right, Wildcat defense, let's make some noise. Big 3rd down here.
His parents must have tied.
Let's go defense.
Regular line Marcus.
Let's go
and
defense.
Register to the near side. Right. And Caballero to the far side.
That's actually Wagner. Long pass here to Register.
Oh.
He's fighting around, and the defender's got his hands all over him.
Yeah. Yeah, he never really even reached for that ball. I mean, the ball was dropped right in there. But he didn't make a very valiant effort at that one. It brings up 4th and 13, and Hickman is going to punt.
Brings up a 4th down for the Raiders.
For the 4th time tonight?
4th time. 3 times in the first half. He averaged 43 a punt. This time will be from his own 47.
Just over 7 minutes left here in the game.
It's a low end over end.
Oh.
Nice play by the return man to bring it in at the 29.
Don't know if I would have chanced that one, though, Bill.
24-yard punt.
And he's injured.
Coach
Ward wants a penalty, but nothing was wrong there. I mean, he just
might have landed on the ball, maybe lost his wind or.
Yeah, I don't know what they're wanting a flag for. I mean, he just freaking dove for the ball.
Raiders with the 20-6 lead. We're over 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. It's been all defense for the Raiders, and they've set it up for their offense. And the Raiders' offense has outscored Washington here in the second half, 17-0.
That wasn't a very smart play by that kick returner at all.
Mafo in there as well. Let's see if we can get the defensive players that are in there right now. On the line, Mitchell Hunt, Jordan Jefferson, and James Segrist. Your linebackers are Michael Mafo, Josh Carter, Nolan Garrett, and Cade Taylor. Your defenders, Gabe Thomas. We'll finish up here.
Dante Wright, Cade Taylor. Delay a game here on Washington.
Matthew Downey is one of your 2 safeties. Your corners are Gabe Davis and Dante Wright. Your safeties are number 28, Matthew Downey, and number 22.
Is that Cade Taylor?
That 26 on the far side, that would be Cameron Thomas.
1st and 15 for Washington after the delay a game penalty.
Slattery back to pass.
And incomplete. I was kind of watching behind the play here.
I was
see
too.
If the referee is going to throw another late hit.
That's kind of what I was doing. We had the same idea there.
That's going to be an incomplete pass off the far side, 2nd and 15 with 7:24 left in the game.
Pass incomplete, brings up the second down for our Wildcats.
Second and 15 for Washington from their own 25. A little over 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 20-6 Navarre. Slattery back to pass. He's getting protection this time. And he throws it right to his receiver.
2-yard gain.
With two Raiders, Maffo and looks like Jordan Jefferson in there on the tackle. A 2-yard gain to his running back. That was Robinson on the catch.
3rd and 13 for the Wildcats.
So the Raiders defense trying to step up once again.
Timeout, Washington.
And let's take a commercial break. Navarre 20, Washington 6. We're on the road at Washington High School. Irish Bill, play-by-play. Mike Martino, your color analyst. And Brooke Hamill, your videographer. You know, I threw that in there. Instead of camera person, it's videographer. And we're going to head out to a quick commercial break. We'll be back after this moment.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Can't hear you, Wildcats. Who we beat?
Tim Keene and Dusty checking in, saying finish them off, Raiders. Thanks for listening, Tim and Dusty.
Wisconsin getting beat in the second quarter 10-0 against Utah State.
Utah State, they had a surprising season last year. But I'm sure Wisconsin's going to bounce back.
At home, Paul Christ led team. 3rd and 13 for the Wildcats, slattering the shotgun. And there's a flag on the play.
False start. Bring them back 5. 3rd and 18 now.
I'll start on our Wildcats.
Pushing on back.
Doc Marshall checking in. He goes, not sure about the announcing, but the videographer is outstanding.
He's still good. Let's go, Booker T.
Hopefully down the road we can get a camera that can zoom in, but for right now we have what we have. So we're doing the best that we have with what we got.
Oh, that should be a hold.
It's going to be a completed pass out to the 29-yard line.
7-yard gain brings up 4th and 11. But they missed a hold on that right guard that was trying to contain the Navarre defense.
30 brings it to 4th down for the Wildcats.
Seeing who was the receiver on. I think that was 13. That would have been Darius Anderson on the catch. And they have held McGee in check. McGee has one catch for 13 for 7 yards.
They're going for it on 4th down, 4th and 10.
Slattery back to pass. And he
Trying
is
to
going
get
to
him.
get sacked.
Big sack there, and is it a sack fumble or?
It doesn't really matter. It's 4th down.
Yeah, it is fumbled.
But it is 4th down anyway, so.
Yeah. Big sack there by the Raider defense. I didn't catch the number, Bill.
I think that might have been Carter there.
Yeah, it's going to be a water break.
And he actually got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's. I don't know if I would consider that a sack, but the ball was 2 yards back from where they started, so they're probably going to give a sack to one of the Raiders. It's a 2-yard loss for the quarterback. Their 4th sack of the night. The Raiders defense, wow. What a performance they put on tonight, Mike.
Night and day difference from last week where they gave up 35 points to Catholic. Tonight they gave up 6, and it was just off a bad turnover by the Raiders, who gave them the ball on the 5-yard line. Really, really good defense tonight, Bill.
Kept Washington under 100 yards.
Maybe next week we'll have our offense and defense.
We're going to need it against Crestview. Crestview, a strong team this year.
Very strong 6A team. Not sure Crestview's 5A, right?
No, they're 6A as well.
Okay.
It's going to be handoff to Newback in there, number 24. Must have brought him up from.
Yeah, we don't have him.
Must have brought him up from JV.
2nd and 3 after a 7-yard gain.
Whoever it is, he got 7 yards. I think I have I'm not sure if I have my JV roster here. I'll find out here in a second. If you want to go ahead and take the play-by-play, Mike.
All right. Well, whoever 24 is, he's lined up back there with Sage Chambers once again on his left side.
Look at the JV roster here real quick.
Chambers takes a snap. Inside handoff to 24 once again. He picks up a good chunk of yards. He's going to be just shy, maybe a first down.
That is Jaden Antonio.
Jaden Antonio with another 4-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and half a yard.
I'm going to keep the JV roster up here just in case.
Yeah.
They probably brought him up after they knew Chris wasn't going to play.
Yeah. He's still back there with Sage Chambers.
Some fresh legs back there.
3rd and short. Taking all the time they can. They're snapping it with 2 seconds left on the clock.
It's going to be Amari Green off right tackle. He's going to get a Raider first down. He's going to get just enough for the first down. Give him 1 yard on his 27th carry.
Raiders with another fresh side down, so they're going to be able to milk the clock even more. Each first down without timeout should burn about 1:45. So
hopefully we'll try and get a little bit better camera system before we're done with the end of the year, and we get a little bit closer to the field. We're working first year with video, so please bear with us.
I'm going to see if I can't bring my video camera to the next game I'm at. I'll be out next week recovering from surgery, and I'll miss the Wednesday night show as well.
1st and 10, Navarre. Handoff to Jaden Antonio. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Plus 1 yard.
Yeah, 1 yard gain there by Antonio. 2nd and 9 for the Raiders at the 15. And they're going to just keep this ball on the ground as Washington has 2 timeouts left, and it doesn't look like they're going to be using them.
My lovely bride watching at home says that the lights are what is the biggest issue with not being able to see the glare off of the visitor side lights. If we could get up a little higher than point down, maybe that would help a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll be from the stands next week in Crestview. Antonio off right tackle again, no gain.
Little extracurricular activity here with Register and the DB, and they got a flag.
Not sure they're going to get on both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, he throws a red flag.
It's just a dirty yellow one. It looked like that cornerback number 5, Eric Goldsmith, was a little extra, but they'll probably give it to both of them since they're both tied up.
He threw 2 flags. Same side judge threw 2 flags. He's probably going to cop out and get one on both teams.
It's going to be a 3rd down play. Is it number 6? Jalen Knight. Holding.
Both of them against Washington, a holding penalty and a personal foul penalty. So that's going to give the Raiders, close to a first down, maybe about a yard short.
Well, actually, they called a holding on us, another holding on them, and then they called another one on Washington. So 2-1.
And it's going to be 3rd and a short 2.
I think what happened there is he threw a flag on both of them at first, and that second flag was for mouthing.
So third and about 1.5 for the Raiders inside the Washington 10.
Green's back there now.
Letting the clock wind down under 10. The play clock down to 8. Right goes in motion. It's going to be Green. Off right tackle. Off left tackle down inside the 5, down to the 4. And a Raider first down.
And that should just about do it for the Raiders as they have just over 3 minutes left as they stop the clock to remark the chains. Be just the down box being inside the 10.
What a job by the Big Bubbas on the line here in the second half. Chambers in the shotgun, twins to the top of the screen, register to the near side.
Chambers is going to keep it, and he's going to lose a yard.
Sorry, quarterback, no, keep it there.
Dante Wright came in motion. They're going to get that play before this night's out.
He's going to spot the ball at the 4, so it's going to be no gain.
Down by Big E.
It's going to bring up second and goal.
Second down for the Raiders.
Your Big Bubba's on the offensive line. Daniel Boss, center. Aaron Smith and Brandon Herbert are your guards. And Hickson and Garner, your tackles. Omari Green in the backfield with Sage Chambers. Wright goes in motion. It's going to be Green off right tackle. He follows Schluter into the end zone. What a block by Schluter.
Pay dirt.
And Green in for his second touchdown on the night.
Nice run there by Mari Green and a great block there by Schluter. And the Raiders tacking it on now, 26-6. Just as Darryl Stewart predicted, and he said we're going to open up in the second half and put it on them. And we're up by 20 now with the extra point ensuing.
Kevin Tosh on the extra point. We'll get you his pronunciation correct once sooner or later. Snap's good. Kick is up.
Through and
Splits
true.
the uprights. And 27-6 is your score. The Raiders up by 21 with a little bit over a minute to play here in the fourth quarter. Green's 5th touchdown on the season, 2nd on the night.
Really impressed with this Navarre defense tonight, Bill.
And Washington had to go for it there on 4th down, trailing by 2 touchdowns with under 4 minutes to go. And they gave the Raiders great field position, and the Raiders took it in from there. 27-6 Navarre. The Raiders will be on the road next Friday night again as they'll be heading to Crestview. They haven't played Crestview in a couple of years.
It'll be a big test for Navarre. Crestview, a very solid team.
Defensively and offensively, a solid team. Tage spots the ball at the 40. Under 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. Wisconsin finally on the board, 10-7. They trail Utah State with 1:12 to go in the opening half. Tage with a little pop-up kick.
It's going to be out of bounds.
At the 24-yard line, which they should take it at the 35. Because if they don't, he'll just boom one back in. So
Yeah.
it looks like the Raiders are going to prevail after trailing 6-3 at the half. They have scored 24 unanswered points here in the second half to take a 27-6 lead. It has been all Raider defense. Gave great field position to the offense. The Sage Chamber led offense has put 24 points on the board. Slattery in at quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 35. Late substitution almost there by Washington.
They're a player short.
And that's not what you want to do with Gilchrist still running him down.
Incomplete.
Is he going to haul that one in?
I think
he
did.
does haul it in.
For a 2-yard gain.
Number 80.
I thought
That
I saw
is
the ball bounce away from him.
Romani Richardson with his second catch of the night. He's going to get 2 yards on the catch. going to bring up 2nd and 8 for Washington. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. Second and 8. Slattery in the shotgun. Twins to the top. Single to the near side. Slattery back to pass. He's feeling pressure from the Raiders. A nice defensive play there in the secondary by number 20, Nolan Garrett.
Yeah, and they let another hold go once again.
Third and 8 for Washington from their own 37.
Inside 2 minutes in the game left.
Clock stops on the incompleted pass. So the Raiders will go to 2-0. Washington will drop to 1-1. A vast different Washington team, especially on defense. They just got tired out here in the second half on the field, pretty much the whole second half. Slattery back to pass. He's throwing one downfield.
Got a hold.
They're either going to get it for holding or pass interference.
Yeah, Abigail Beazle. He kind of grabbed his arm as he was trying to break free.
Pass interference? No, it's not. It's pass interference. Know your calls. Got to know your calls if you're going to be a PA person.
I think she's just a hype man.
That sounds like it.
I don't think they have PA.
Hype person.
Yeah.
In this PC world of ours.
Gender neutral.
Yes. 1st and 10 for Washington.
Only their second first down of the half. Robinson goes in motion, flex out to the left to look for a quick screen pass to him.
Still in motion. Slattery's feeling pressure. Segrist. It's going to be a nice catch down to the Raider 46.
3-yard gain.
And as Richardson on the catch again.
2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8.
From Broadway, Joe completes to number 80. Romani Richardson brings up a 2nd down for our Wildcats.
2nd and 8 at the Raider 46. The clock doesn't look like it's moved in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know he did get out of bounds to stop the clock. But we've been under between a minute and 2 minutes for about 3 minutes now.
Yeah.
Slattery in his shotgun. Good pressure from the defense. A nice play by Jordan Jefferson on the incompleted pass. Jordan's a man-sized child.
Minute 33 left in the game now.
AJ is his dad, assistant coach on the Raiders sideline.
Washington fans heading for the exit.
3rd and 8 at the Raider 46.
We could start chanting, beat the traffic.
Like to thank all of you for checking in tonight. Somehow the Badgers put on a field goal, too. Jefferson's running him down. And he's going to get it off for a first down.
Nice pass and catch there for a first down up to the 33 with a minute and something left.
A 14-yard gain.
First down, Wildcats. 1 minute left in the fourth.
Not sure who was on the catch on that one. I think it was Anderson. It'll be a 13-yard. First down for the Wildcats.
Nice catch again.
Nice play by Josh Carter, and says, you can catch it, but you're not going anywhere.
And he got a timeout, Washington, just prolonging the inevitable.
It's only going to be a 1-yard gain to Robinson.
2nd and 9.
At the conclusion of the game.
And a great defensive game. We got to start thinking of who we might be voting for our Ian Lockwood player of the game, our offensive and defensive player of the game, and our special teams, a new one that we added this year.
I have my players already.
I'm kind of leaning towards some. Good return game by Dante again tonight.
As always.
Nice job by Hickman on his four punts. Last one a little shaky, but he was pretty solid on his first 3. Had 2 inside the 20.
38 seconds left in the game.
And it's going to be 2nd and 9 for Washington at the Raider 33-yard line. Slattering the shotgun, Twins at the top, Twins on the bottom. And it's 2nd and 9. Raiders applying pressure. It's going to be caught down inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line on the catch by Richardson.
Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Brings up a 3rd down for the Wildcats.
Going to be a gain of 5.
Plays called dead.
This has been the longest 2 minutes in football I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think they're going to have Washington on a false start. Offsides on Washington, so 5 yards back. Bring up a 3rd and 9.
7 penalties in the second half for Washington.
And that's what being tired will get you.
Tired and not very deep.
27-6 Raiders.
The Raiders' victory is within reach with 15 ticks on the clock. Last play of the game right here. Slattery back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He throws one downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Actually, they'll have one more play.
Broken up there by Kay Taylor and Cameron Thomas. I'm sorry, that wasn't Kay. That was Avriel Beazle and Thomas. 2 seconds left. 4th down. Another Hail Mary. Try to save some grace and put some more points on the board. And they're going to end the game with, almost a
He
sack.
breaks one free. He's going to just let one fly.
Got it. Touchdown. So a little moral victory for the Wildcats. It's going to be 27-12 with the extra point coming up with no time on the clock.
Or was they on the mark? I think that was 27 yards. Close enough as they score with zeros on the clock. A 27-yard pass play with zeros on the clock for Washington. Not sure who actually caught that one either.
What's going on?
And that's our ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
No extra point attempt, and that's your final.
27, Wildcats 12.
Not quite sure what happened with them not kicking the extra point, but
and we're just going to finish it out without the camera, Mike.
Let's give it up for our Wildcats. You can find us here, same place.
27-12 is your final score. Navarre over Washington. They're shaking hands at the middle of the field. I'll give you an update. J.J. Watt's fundraiser has reached almost $16 million now. And that's great. Keep on the money. Keep donating. They're going to need it because it's going to take a lot to reconstruct Houston after all this water damage and everything that's going on with the road system and the sewage systems. And it's just going to be a long haul for Houston. And so keep on donating what you can. Your final here, let's go ahead and go right into our players of the game. What do you want to start with?
offensive
Player of the game? Or do you want to go right to our Ian Lockwood player of the game?
We'll go offensive, save Ian for last.
Okay, go ahead.
My vote's Dante Wright. It's a toss-up between Dante and Amari, but Dante with a nice 30-yard run. I'm not sure exactly how many yards he has, but and that one put us ahead there in the second quarter or second half.
5 catches, 66 yards.
Yeah. Amari Green was a close second.
2 carries for 28 yards. I'm actually leaning towards Amari Green as my Ian Lockwood player of the game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. He shined tonight with over 100 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and I was one or the other was going to be the offensive and Ian Lockwood player of the game. I think that Amari had just a little bit better game than Dante tonight.
Let's go with Amari as our Ian Lockwood player of the game. Our offensive player of the game, Dante Wright. Now, it's hard to pick on our defense because they all played very well tonight.
Yeah, I would like to just give it to the whole defense because they all played very well tonight. Josh Carter with a few tackles for loss, along with Jefferson and Gilchrist with 2 sacks, and then you had the interception there by who was the interception by? I forgot who intercepted the pass there in the third quarter or second quarter, but. Just great defensive all-around play by the Raiders and very, very big improvement from last week's 35-point putting up on the board from Pensacola Catholic.
The whole D gets our defensive player of the game. And our special teams player of the game. Kevin Tage.
Yeah, he had the one block, but, it was kind of off.
I was kind of leaning towards Omari as our special teams player of the game. But if we go offensive, then
Dante.
I say let's go offensive player of the game. Let's go Sage Chambers for the second half that he played.
Okay.
And let's give Dante our special teams player of the game.
Yeah, a few returns for a nice chunk of yardage.
Chambers passed for his first 100-yard game on the season. And he will be our offensive player of the game. Wright will be our special teams player of the game. BK Hamill checking in again, saying J.J. Watt, a Badger. Yes, everybody knows that he was a Badger. And he had an awesome career for Wisconsin and doing great things down for the Houston Texans. So let's go over our stats real quick. Dante finishes 28 carries for 109 yards and 2 scores. Those were 109 tough yards for Omari. 2 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown for Dante Wright. 3 carries for 6 yards for Josh Carter. 4 carries for 10 yards for Jaden Antonio. And Saturn had minus carry. And Sage, 4 carries for about 0 yards. Couple of sacks there. Dante receiving, 5 catches for 66 yards, 2 catches for 28 yards for Caballero, 1 catch for 14 yards for Amari Green. A big little screen pass out of the backfield, and then 1 catch for 6 yards for Bryson Brewer. Chambers finishes up, as I look at my stats here, 9 for 19 for 114 yards. And the Raiders on the ground close to 200 yards once again. So your final here on this night, 27-12 as Washington scores on the very last play of the game. And the Raiders defense is your star tonight. And we will be back on the air next Friday night from Crestview. Unfortunately, Mike will not be with me. Mike has to go in for some medical stuff. And we'll get him back on the air as soon as we can. But I'll be back on the air next Friday night from Crestview. And don't forget, I'll be at Culver's in Navarre on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock to bring you Irish Bill's Twist on Sports.
Good broadcast once again. It's always a better broadcast when we come out with a W.
Which has been happening quite often over the last few years. And this now runs Coach Wall's record in 5+ seasons to 52-13.
It's great having Coach Jay Walls here in Navarre. And, I know other teams are knocking on his door all the time, but he's staying true to Navarre. He's turned this program into a very big contender here in the Panhandle. And great job there by Coach Walls and all his assistants.
In fact, let's mention those assistants. They always don't seem to get enough credit. Greg Taylor, Garrett Bagley, Greg Greenhaw, Brandon Lawson, Tony Carter, Brian Brinsfield, a couple of new coaches this year. Brad Rhodes in there as well. Alfred is in there as an assistant coach as well. And just as we mentioned, Alfred, still keep Sonia in your prayers is what she's going through, and the Alfred family. And Mike, we wish you all the best through your procedure coming up.
Thanks, Bill.
And I hope to get you back on the air rather soon, because I don't like doing games by myself.
I'm hoping to be back for week 4.
Week 4, I believe, is at home against Choctaw.
Yeah.
And we'd like to get you back in the booth. So for all those, say a prayer for Mike as he heads in for his procedure. And this is Irish Bill on JockJive.com. Hopefully you've enjoyed the broadcast tonight, where we saw the Raiders come out victors 27-12. Like I said, they'll be on the road next week at Crestview. So until Wednesday night, may the wind ever be at your back. This is Irish Bill signing off.
Good night, Navarre.